It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear. This is your left ear. I'm also the grave kipper. But today you can call me the grave flipper. Or house flipper. Forget it. This is House Flipper. I probably don't have to explain that to everyone what it is. It's an indie game. And... I'm a bit loath to do this, but I'm just going to fuck off the music completely. I've been sat here listening to it while I've been setting up the stream, and I do find it a little bit ugh. And I'm a bit loath to do that. I do like to give a game the benefit, and you know, maybe the music turns out to be good, and I've overjudged it too early. But I find it a lot more peaceful without the music there. That's a lot better. So let's do that. We'll turn the ambience up a bit. That's much better. And I've got some relaxing game music from other games where I like the music, so I'll just put that on quietly in the background. They can call me Flipper. I can keep hearing 50 Cent in my head saying, they call me Flipper. They call me Kipper. And I think that's... I don't have to explain anymore, do I? You know what House Flipper is? It's a simulation... Well, I'm doing it now, I'm explaining it. If you don't know what House Flipper is, it's a simulation game where... It's an indie, it's not massive AAA. You get a little crappy tumble down house, you turn it round, you make a little bit of a... There's no money involved. You don't make a profit. It's just like a fun... The World Cup happened today. England weren't in the final because we got cheated. I'm not even going to talk about it. New game of House Flipper. That's what we're going to do. Nice chilled Sunday. This is Sunday stream. And I'll tell you what. Oh, God, last night... You know those, I don't know if you do know, but those pies that I liked that went in the microwave that only take 4 minutes. At the end of stream yesterday, I said to myself, look, pretty hungry. And those pies only take 4 minutes. I could have 2 of them ready in 8. 15 minutes later, I'd consumed an entire pie and the second one was cooling. Here's the empty pie case. There's evidence that I'm not even making this shit up. That was all fine and well and dandy. Take me to 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, my tum-tum. I should have eaten that pie at least an hour before bedtime. That hasn't gone down very well. And cute early morning. Meow. Meow. I want to get up. I want to fucking do this. I want to do that. I want some food. I want some... Meow. Doggy needs a walk and a poop. I've been out several times today. Trying to get the dog up and down the road to do a poop. I mean, he's done a poop. He's done one. He has done 2. But it's rained and it's slushy and it's slippy and the water's got in my wellies and my tummy feels rubbish and I've been tired. So all I need to do is chill. House Flipper. This game will allow you to buy, renovate and decorate and sell houses. From now, however, you need to be content with this shack that you can call your office and the laptop that's your command centre. That's quite a good start. Oh, it's actually not a good start. It's full of rubbish. Right, hang on. We're going to clear this right up. Press to dispose. Certainly fucking will do. Dispose of that. Now, there's a bit of screen tear I'm seeing. Are you seeing that? I don't know. What the hell's that music? What the fuck am I listening? It's an advert. Why would you put an advert for Just Dance in the middle of the calm, relaxing video game music, Matari Mango? I do appreciate you, but... That's a bit of a shitter because I'm not going to be able to use this video in the future, so I'm going to stop using your videos because of the adverts. And it's a bit of a cheat because you are monetizing content that's not really yours. But I'll switch to the Genshin Impact. Let's hope that one's not got any adverts. Thank you. Right, I'm seeing a bit of screen tear anyway. So let's see what my settings are for in-game FPS counter. Maybe I'll see that just in case. How do I change the screen settings? Graphics. 60. I want it on 120. Thanks, that'll do. I mean, it seems weird, doesn't it, to ask for like a really high frame rate. That's fixed it, has it? Has it? It's got to match your monitor. I think, no, it's not fixed it. I can still see screen tearing. I don't know if you can see it, that's the issue. Like, if you can't see it, I don't care. I'll live with it. But if you can see it, then... Because, I mean, maybe to you it's just exporting, so you're not seeing any screen tear. To me, I'm seeing screen tear. Actually, it's pretty fucking rubbish. because there were options when I loaded up the game. It did give me, it said load it up, or load it up with this option if you've had troubles, or if you've got black bars and problems, load it up with this one. And I was like, what? You've got 3 different launcher options for in case it's shit. And as far as I've been told, I encountered this problem on Fortnite once. It was just like, make it the same as your monitor. Well, I think I've done my bit. FPS limiter, I put disabled. So it can go as high as it wants now. I pressed restore defaults then by mistake. Disabled as high as it wants. Let's see that then. Let's see that. Quality. Oh wait. Quality ultra high. Effects ultra high. Display mode. Yeah. Okay, that'll do then, won't it? Let's see that now. Still exactly the same, just with screen tear. But I'll live with it then. I'll live with it. Oh, that's a torch. I've got a torch, look. Okay. Let's get rid of that as well. It's time to check emails on my laptop. No, it's not. I want to go around and inspect my property. Cleaning not available. So... it's just a shack. And still, you're quite well off area, look. There's nice houses, they're detached. I mean, it might be different in America from the UK, but this area in the UK would be considered quite a nice area, look. Nice big houses, detached, so you're not connected to your neighbours. You've all got a garden. I haven't got much in my plot, just a little shed, but I've got the whole plot. So, you know, there's space. There's potential. Go on then. Oh, look at this. At least you only have to press a button just to get rid of it. That's the easiest cleanup in the world. Like, it's so much easier than I've ever seen a cleanup before. Ridiculous to be cleaning up that easy. They should make you at least do some messing about, because that's the hardest bit, is cleaning all the shit up, isn't it? But they're just whoosh, gone. Anyway, that's gone. That's gone. They're gone. Should I dispose of everything? Do I want to dispose of those papers or not? They could be interesting. Screwdrivers. Look, there's my laptop. Oh, I can find jobs, buy houses and switch between them. You cannot afford to buy a house yet. It looks like you have your first email, so I can't even afford to do the main bit of the game. So, I mean, this is rubbish. Glad I fixed that. Cleaning not available, so that's going to be an issue to me, because I'm not going to enjoy this if I can't clean it. It's funny, like, my mom would probably say, oh, you never clean the house, what are you on about? But when I used to run my own hairdressing salon, I would clean everything with a toothbrush if I had to. Just, like, it's simple to do. It's a standard, regular, routine thing you do. And if someone come in and seen that, for example... Oh, we're trying to chill, mate. I don't think there's any problems out there, mate. We've just been round the block a few times today. Slipping inside in. You know, I wouldn't stand for that being on the roof, for example. I'd have painted over it or done something about it. You know, pretty sharpish. Can we remove that? No, we can't remove that. Alright, Minky. Meow in. That's not like you. What's this? Oh, it's a radiator that I don't have. Okay. So yeah, the thing is that cleaning is easy. Painting over some, like, even if this is shit and I'm not an expert, just giving a new lick of paint to it so it doesn't look so fucking awful and shit, that's easy. Like, all the cheap easy things actually make a big difference cleaning the fucking stuff up. Even if it's shabby old furniture. And I will confess this. I don't think confess is the right word. I didn't have a lot of money when I first started, but I had a lot of, like, you know, I don't know what the word is. I'd quite happily buy an old bit of furniture for like £10 or £5 and put a bit of work into it, sanding it down and painting it up, and it wouldn't look fantastic at the end, but it wouldn't look shit anymore. They call it shabby chic, don't they? And I'd quite happily do some shabby chic stuff, just messing about with an old bit of furniture. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the sound check. Furniture. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the sound check. The sound check. Furniture. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the sound check. The sound check. Furniture. Yeah. We're alright. But yeah, I just think a little bit of effort on some simple items gets you a long way, doesn't it? Hold to pick up. Cleaning, still not available. Cleaning. It's like the first thing I'd want to do. I don't think I should be checking my laptop before I've done this. Like, look, that needs washing and sorting. And it's funny because you'd say, oh, but you haven't. I have filled the dishwasher up today. Thank you very much. I have done my little bits of chores. And here, I wouldn't want to use this toilet, would I? Not unless I'd clean the fuck out of it. So, again, like, well, I'm going to need to use the toilet. I'm not going to choose when I need to use it. It's going to happen to me automatic. And I'm going to come in here and go, God, I wish I cleaned that. So I'd probably better do that first, hadn't I? I mean, the bed looks dirty as well. Look, this is starting to creep me out a bit. I'm going to check the computer and see what's happening. Hold to pick up. I don't want to pick it up. I want to use the fucker. Right. Email. Ex-boyfriend stole the radiator from my house. Sarah Lewis. Hello, I'd like to hire your company to put my house in order. I know from photos pasted on Face Spam that my ex-boyfriend broke into my house, made a huge mess, and stole the radiator. Would it be flooded, wouldn't it? What, did he turn the stopcock off before he took it? Yeah, conscientious like that. Did he turn the stopcock off before he... You know, he'd be flooded. Then he go. I pulled a chee-chee. I can't hear that now without hearing that. I pulled a chee-chee. I pulled a chee-chee. At 50 pity. And now I'm out of Primo Gems. I'd like to hire you because please clean up the house, replace the missing appliances. I'd ask you not to inform the police about the whole matter. I'll settle it myself with my ex-boyfriend after returning from a business trip! Exclamation point. Regards, Sarah Lewis. I didn't need to hear that last bit. In fact, you know, I'd appreciate you not informing the police is one thing. I mean, you can't tell me what to do, but I will settle it myself with my ex-boyfriend after returning from a business trip. I would, personally, I'd turn this job down. I'd say, well, you know, I'm sure that I can put you on to someone who'd replace that radiator for you, but I don't know about getting involved in a domestic, and if your ex-boyfriend's the sort of person that's going to rip the radiator off the wall, I don't want to be in the house, like, oh, he's turned up and here I am and I'm just helping out and who's this bloke? And like, seems like you've got yourself in a bit of a fucking bind here. Don't tell the police, mind, okay? The way I'll not tell them is I'll not get involved, because if the police do get involved, then you want me to perjure myself. It sounds like a big mess. But I suppose that's... Oh, I'm here automatically. Am I? No, this is a loading screen. Okay. I've accepted the job, right? No, it might just be the tutorial, but I'm here automatically. I don't have to walk there at least. I can clean using the mop. Well, I'm glad for that. Let's get in there and see what's going on. But before we do, let's just walk the perimeter. Honestly, this is probably what I would normally do in this sort of situation. When I was going to people's houses to cut their hair, I wouldn't always be able to walk the perimeter, obviously, but you know, just have a little look around, just a little check. There's an exit, back door. Fine. I'm stuck there on something. Right, open. Looks like a right mess. That's going. Everything's going in the bin. Look, that's so easy. In real life, it's so much more difficult than that. I think they've totally undersold and underestimated that. Because that should be a lot more. Like, that makes about the right amount of sense. Let's just put it over there for now. Let's get it out of the way. But that gone. I should at least have to get out my bag of crap and put the things in the bag and take them out of the house, shouldn't I? Your tablet. I've got an iPad now, all of a sudden. Pressed it to use it. You can buy handy things. Yeah, I'm not even begun finished here, though, am I? Look. Let's move that out. In fact, I want to move everything out to the front of the house. Like, this is dirty and disgusting. So let's just put it outside. No? Well, I'm going to need to clean all in here, aren't I? Fuck. Genshin Impact music's so good. Chee-chee. Oh, I've pulled the entire fucking sink out. Look. That was a mistake. Right, go on then. Show me the... Change the tool. Cleaning. Oh, look, that's easy. Again, mopping is an art. There's a proper system for it. Everyone's got maybe a different way, but I'll tell you my way, and I consider it to be the correct way. I get a really hot... I get a bucket, yeah? And I put the bleach in it, and I get a really... or the cleaning fluid that you choose for your wooden floor or whatever, but for me it's bleach. I fill that bugger up with really hot water, maybe even kettle water, yeah? And then I'm in there, splosh, 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 and I'm over the floor, squash, 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 and then I'm in the bucket, and then squeezing it, and then I'm over the floor, and I'm doing that. And once I've done that, yeah, and the floor's all done, I'm taking that bucket, and that's out there, down the drain, splosh, gone. And but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill with hot water, and not a full bucket, but a bit of water. And I'm going to clean the mop out, squash, 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 clean them up and throw that dirty water away. And then I might even, depending on the state of the place, redo that process. And some people might have 2 buckets. But the detergent holds the dirt in the water, doesn't it? So, but the second time, I want to ideally see my second bucket. It's not going to come out perfectly, you know, drinkable clean, but I want to see my second bucket come out kind of clean, so that I know I've actually, you know, knocked off the. Oh, is that still dirty? Thanks. Just going to give everything a good old going with the mop, because that's my only tool here. Look. I can move this. Moving that. So I've made a bit of a fucking mess of myself, really. Can I clean that with the mop? Do you think? Oh, I've moved it. Where's my mop? I've fucking lost my mop now. There you go. Do you know I can clean this with the mop? Right, mop does everything. No, yeah, mop did cooker. Mop did cooker, it did walls. Mop for everything. I'm going to mop for everything. I mean, again, Thanks. In the real world, this would not happen. Like, there's no way you would use the floor mop on the surfaces. Like, what the fuck would you be doing that for? You absolute lunatic. But, you know, here, we're okay. And it's quite relaxing, so I'm just going to go with it. Let's open this door here, because we're supposed to clean everywhere. I can't even get in. Right, let's clean this dirty bed with the mop. Mop everything. Everything's clean now. All the rubbish is clean as well, so let's just get rid of that. Someone might have been keeping these rustic boxes and papers. I don't know why they're keeping old newspapers, but they're in the bin now. That's all in the bin. I'm going to have to open this. No, I can pick it up. I wouldn't do that on my own, just in case it fell on me, but... yep, that's fine. I've done a good job in there. Why don't I take the radiator out of here, and put it in there, and then we'll consider the job a good one. Right, get out of the way of chairs. I can jump even, that's brilliant. Okay, open. Oh god, get the mop out. Show me the mop. I'm not even bad for cleaning horrible, disgusting things. You know what? I probably wouldn't want to be a permanent full-time carer for people that require, like, you know, hygiene cleaning of their parts and stuff, strangers and stuff. But like, once you've got the gloves on and the mask on and whatever, you know, just get about it, don't you? Like, it's not actually touching me, it's touching the gloves. It's fine. Just get on with it. So that's all clean, mop clean. I mean, I don't consider mop clean, to be honest, but as far as this game is concerned, that's the cleanest you're going to get in your fucking house. For me. I've got to replace that. You can buy a radiator and mount it. Go on then, tablet. Clean dirt 98%. Get fucked. What do you think I've just been doing? 98% though. 98%. Why not? Why 98%? Where's the rest of it? 98%. Where's the rest of the dirt? 2% dirt left in this house. Oh no. Oh, maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's that. Clean the electric alarm. Okay. 98%. Fuck off. I'm buying a radiator for them. Recently viewed, recently purchased. What? Recently viewed. Okay, I'll fuck that up. This is a problem. What is it? Let's put search radiator. 40. Weren't there two? Where was the more expensive one? Don't they want a nice radiator? Right, they can have that anyway. Let's get that in. Assemble it. I'm some sort of fucking expert. I do know brief, you know, I know the brief. I know basically what's going on. The hot water's coming in and then it's going out. And so obviously you want the water off when you're doing this. And then you fix them up and you turn it on, so to speak. You know, you allow the water to run into it. You're probably going to want to bleed it at this point, which means you get your little radiator key, or probably even just a screwdriver these days. And you twist it in where you can bleed it. And it opens up the circuit so the air comes out and eventually the water will spurt out, and that's when the radiator's full, and so you stop. And it should be working. Obviously you're going to want to turn the water back on at the end of that process. So I think I'd consider that a huge victory here. I think I'm basically 1-2 check Jiffy 1-2. Just want to check my sound again. Just want to check my sound again. Yeah, we're all good. I think I'm basically winning. Yeah. I mean, they didn't pay me to move their fucking furniture around, did they? So I've done that for free. Complete the job. In what way? Clean dirt 98%. Oh, fuck off. Right, hang on, move that. Get it over there. Complete the job. Living room with kitchenette. Clean dirt. Living room with kitchenette. That's this room. I cleaned all in here for free then. No. Like, what? How is there still stuff to clean? This is going to be a problem to me. I can't complete it until I've cleaned all the dirt. And yet, I got my point for the cleaning. I've touched everywhere with this. You know, and they're going to fucking do me on the... I've done the job. They're going to do me on it. They're going to pretend that I've not done the job properly, but I have. Bad chuffers. Bathroom, 62 metres, complete the job. I think I've done the bathroom then, have I? 6 metres squared, sorry. Not 62 metres, that would be a big bathroom. Here, it's in this room, 98% clean dirt, right. But is it out here? Does this count? Plot, no. This is bad eggs. In here, 98% is not right. You tell me, it looks fucking spotless. Is it that these are not picked up? Is that it? There's your book, look. That's one on the floor now, so don't say I didn't do anything extra. I'm finding this quite frustrating, if anything. Don't think there's anything else there's no other way to describe it. Thought it was going to be really relaxing and fun, and it's turned out to be like an absolute bollocks. That's got to be it, hasn't it? No? Right, I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll just say fuck it, and just that's enough for me. Isn't it? Can I not? Is there no way of me, you know, effing this off now? I'm moving everything around. That's not helping. Giving everything a good old clean with the old mop. 98%. Oh, it's this. It's this welcome mat. Look, that's dirty. Got it. And they'll be pleased when they come home and see it all nice and tidy like this. I mean, it's very similar to how I arrived. I'll leave the back door open to let the air out. All tasks completed. They paid me $780 for that. I should be a fucking cleaner. Oh. Return to the office. There we go then. I've got a mop now, have I? No. No mop for some reason. Can't I clean my own dishevelled... No. I can move that. I'm not allowed to mop it. I owned a mop for my work, but I'm not allowed to clean my own place. My own place has to stay as a shithole. I can buy a radiator and mount it here. I know, I just done that. That was in my last... I can't do it now. It said on the screen, can't do that now. So what do you want from me? I'll do another job, I suppose. What? Resume. Or restart. Resume then. No! Someone's been around and trashed it again. What? No, everything done, complete the job. This is so weird to me. It's like I'm living in some sort of... Oh, there, I had to press return. Yeah, I want to complete that. Yeah. That's like I was having a stroke then. And I don't like the way they show you the picture of the place you're going to be in as it's the loading screen. Because you're like, oh, I'm there. And then you're not there. This is supposed to be one of these chilled ones that you can probably listen to for going to bed and everything. So I'm going to try and keep it nice and chilled. Not get too animated. Ugh. Let's see what we've got on the old internet. Jack Grayhan. I will pay you if I'm fully satisfied, or you'll get nothing. Winter is coming. The winters are hard, and there are no radiators in my house. Mount them. It's quite an aggressive job sheet, that. And that's all he wants me to... Oh, no, I'm not. I thought I was there, you see, because... Here I am, at the job. Oh, this is the roofer in me. My dad was a roofer, and I did some time on the roofs. The roofer in me always wants to skirt the perimeter and just see what's, you know... the lay of the land. Note any exits and dangerous things that could fall you off, or you fall off, or fall on you. You know, just check it all out. Okay, so this is a nice house. Look, it's all clean. No one's messed it. They haven't got any radiators, which seems like an omission in today's day and age. So I could buy a large one or a standard one. Okay. Let's just buy one standard one for now. Let's just pop that in there. No one said anything about a large one, did they? And it doesn't really matter exactly where I put it, because I'm not going to live here. Really, it does matter where you put it, even if you're not going to live there. You want to do a good job of it, and you want to judge the distance and all that, you know. I personally... I don't know if it's sensible to mount it beneath a window, but... I'm not the expert, am I? I would become expert if I was fitting them. I'd find out where, you know, do you want it beneath the window or not? Is there a reasoning for it? Maybe the heat escapes quicker. You know, maybe you want the heat to resonate out from one aspect of the room. Maybe it depends on where the windows are or the doors are. Maybe it's about how you use rooms and whether you want to be able... Like, you couldn't use that alcove for baby if I'd put a great wonking radiator there. So maybe it's about that. You know, I don't know the answers. Let's just open all the doors, get a good feel for what's going on here. This is the bathroom, but you've also got... And I've never seen a washer dryer in a toilet like that. It's an option. I could unscrew that, look. So I'll probably do that. That's mine now. You never know when you're going to need some extra nuts and bolts. This is where they want the radiator. You can buy a towel radiator and mount it here, so I think I will. A towel radiator. No, that's not what I'm looking at. Where's the towel radiator plumbing system? Mountable towel radiator. Buy that then. And I'm paying for all these things out of my own pocket, look. Look how high it goes up. You're never going to be able to reach up there. It's ridiculous. And where do you want that? You want it equally balanced on the wall, or do you want it closer to the shower? For me, I would put it quite far away. But then that's just me. I don't know if you want it to be interfered with by the water as much as, you know, it might get rusty and shit. But then it's in the bathroom. Maybe it's a statement piece. You want it in the middle. I'd ask for some instruction on that, actually. How do you feel you want your... Like, instinctively, I'd balance it over sort of there. But I don't know. It's done now, isn't it? It's done. Oh, I've got to climb up on there to do that. So I'm glad I did that. Totally dangerous climbing on the... Wouldn't do that, health and safety. Climbing on the washing machine, fall off, and then you're in trouble because you weren't on a ladder. The correct footwear. Right, there's another radiator. That's installed. That's in the bank. That's nice. I could install something here, a sink. I could buy a sink and mount it there. I've not been asked to do that. That's not on my job sheet, so I'm going to fucking leave that. Just take the nuts and bolts, though. And then in here, it's nice, isn't it? Swanky. Let's just open the back door to let the air out. And they've already got a radiator here, so they don't need me. This is the dining room and kitchen diner. They've already got a radiator in here, so you don't need me. Let's close that door because that's the winter's. Let's leave that one open, but let's close this one. I've done the radiator there. That's got a radiator. I could do with that at my house. Look, should we pick that up? Do you think we can get it out the front door? Yeah, we're all happy with that. Let's close that. Baby's room then. Should we put a big one in for baby? I'm soaking up the cost here, aren't I? I think the big one might be too big. I mean, babies are only little, aren't they? Quite often, if you come to mount a radiator, look, you will see there are already mountings on the wall, so you would probably follow those guides and just use the mountings. But, you know, I could switch, I could put it right. Look, that's awful there, isn't it? That's the worst thing you'd want. Totally off center, off symmetry. Yeah, that's the worst thing you'd want. This would make you so cross if you came home and saw they'd done this. I had to use an extender pipe to get it all the way over to the right. Well, I wanted baby to be warm. And then they can't argue with you. You don't want baby to be warm. Oh, that'll make baby 10% warmer. That will, just putting it closer over there. So babies don't need rocking chairs. What are you going to do? Put the baby's going to sit in a rocking chair. That's never going to happen. Put that out there just to make it safe. Yeah, baby climbing on a rocking chair. That'd be dangerous. Right. Job well done. We leave the back door open to let the air out. I've completed 75% of the job. No, I haven't. Hang on, cancel. I've completed all the fucking job and you can suck my chuffing... What the fuck are you on about? Completed job. Corridor, complete the job. Office, complete the job. Is it in here? Sink, mount devices, sink. You did want a sink. You didn't fucking say it on the job sheet. You said you wanted a fucking... Alright, no, it's fine. I'll mount you a sink. Oh, no, don't worry. I'll mount you a sink. Hang on. Hang on. Black and white tiles, white fixtures and fittings, white shower, white towel rail, sort of monochrome look. You're right, chuffer. I'm gonna mount them a sink. A sort of monochrome black and white sort of look. So I think it's a little bit more expensive to me to go for this one. So actually that's not a good practical joke, is it? Because they're going to be like, oh, I've got a good sink. Maybe I give them the shit sink, just that little sink. I think what they probably want maybe is one of these. Is that got blue on it? Cyber Yule. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it? That's the one I'm going to have to go for. And it's quite expensive though. Again, they're getting an expensive sink out of my practical joke. Old-fashioned sink, 50 quid. Have you got, what's the worst sink you've got, mate? This little one, the mountable sink, yeah. That's the worst one, isn't it? I thought if we could contrast, I'm going to go with that actually, hanging sink Meridian. Like, it's awful, isn't it? Blocky and wooden, doesn't go with anything in the room. Oh, you can change colours. Oh, wonderful. You can change colours, so... What's the most garish, horrific... Why did you buy that sink? Probably that one, isn't it? Like, not that, sorry, that one. The cottonwood. It looks like cheap wood compared to the other woods. It actually, like beech and oak, look quite nice. Like oak especially. That looks like oak to me, and that looks like a different cheaper laminate. But oak looks quite nice. Cherry's quite bright and garish, isn't it? That's why I went this way in the first place. So it's that, or it's the yellow. Oh, the yellow is worse. Yellow's worse. That'll get all marked up in the bathroom. Right, we're having that. And we're going to put it just probably there. Yep. Fuck you. It wasn't on the job sheet. So, did I assemble that then? Oh, I fucking did now. Washers first. You don't actually have to push the washer on like that. The screw will do it. Again, sink, very simple, isn't it? You're linking up the two bits to the... Oh no, wait. You want that on there first. You won't be able to do it the back way around like I've done. What I did was I got a nice... This was really funny. For my hairdressing salon, I went to the salon equipment centre. We can actually see that on the screen, can't we? If I do like this, I can go to Firefox. I wonder if it's still... It probably doesn't... Who knows if it still exists? Enter the code. I don't want to enter a code. I want to go to Firefox. And I want to be able to see what I'm doing on OBS. And that's my calendar schedule. The schedule planner. The schedule planner. Show me the Firefox window then, you chuffer. Schedule Google Calendar. And if I did Salon Equipment Centre. Equipment. Like, Salon Equipment Centre. Come on. It is still going. Of course it's still going. The SEC. The Salon Equipment Centre. I'll check. You can see that. You can see that they're having a clear out. Look. Sale, sale, sale. You will not believe these prices. Starting chairs from as little as £5. Well, actually, I do not believe that. I'm surprised by that. But that'll be a loss leader. They'll have a couple of really duff ones that they don't want. And you can come in and get them from Fiverr, and you'll be there to pick up other stuff as well. Well, let's see. What I used to do was used furniture and salon styling chairs because I was a hairdressing stylist, not a barber. But here you'll see, look, actually that's quite cheap. £25. That is cheap. I am surprised. Maybe there's something wrong with it. What you're looking for is you're looking for a hydraulic lift. It must have a hydraulic lift because you're going to get people of all different weights sitting in the chair, and it's got to be solid and it's got to lift them up and down. Hydraulic. Not just like your office chair, but a hydraulic lift. So maybe that's cheap because it doesn't have the hydraulic lift pump. But they are particularly cheap. That actually has got a hydraulic lift in it. That's that pedal. For £25, that is particularly cheap. I was always in the region of 80 to 100. But then maybe I wasn't always looking at the particularly cheapest. But if I'd been there on this day, I'd have thought, wow, these are some quite particularly cheap salon chairs. Anyway, you also get these sinks, backwash units. And the problem with these is they are quite expensive. They're not... Look, 700 quid for a standard, boggy standard one. These are quite expensive. They can run to a bit. So... what I did was I had an old sink, backwash sink, like an actual sink myself. and I put it on an oak plinth, and then I got a styling chair and put it up to it, so I sort of saved some money. But the old sink was Italian, and so it had different connection. I just want to see some salon styling chairs that are not fucking 20 quid so that we can prove that they're really expensive. Yeah, here they are, 260 quid, look. 300, like that looks like the chair I've got in my space over there, but it's got the hydraulic lift pump, it's all chrome and new, 365. You're not looking at cheap chairs. And it's for the hydraulic lift pump, that's the thing you're paying for, really. And also this extra solid, like, you know, people are going to be in and out of that chair all day. So it needs to be made of solid metals. It can't just be like some pretty looking thing that doesn't do the job. So you end up spending hundreds, or in my case, up to 100 on a chair, I would say, would be acceptable on the used furniture sale. Actually, let's have a quick look at some of these barber chairs, because you'll like these. These are always statement pieces, aren't they? But quite often you can get the more modern ones. Look, 525, that's a more modern one, but it's £500. Bloody hell, lots of money. And I would say it lacks charm. And so something older, even though that's garish and horrible in brown, 250 quid, but look, it's kind of more charming, isn't it? It's kind of got more of a retro cool feel. And that's the way you've got to do this if you're a small time business that is building up and you're getting your own first big chair. You know, buy the cheaper ones that have got a bit more character, maybe. Or maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe you go for that and buy the more expensive one that I feel has less character. I don't know, but I want to see some salon styling chairs as well on the sale. I'm pretty sure those ones we were looking at, the fatal flaw is they don't have the hydraulic lift installed. They might still have maybe they've still got the pedal, but they can't be, not for that money. Why are they so cheap? It might be they've got a cut or a piece of damage to them that makes them unusable in other contexts, and you have to sort of cover it up. I don't know. I had a couple like that. I had one like that actually. 30 quid for that now. Fucking hell, that's quite a good deal. Because, like I said, my two chairs were different, but they had a little bit of character each. So one of those going in your salon, it doesn't look awful. You might have one chair or another chair that's a bit more expensive, that stands out. It's a bit more of a statement. We had one that was like a big plushy, comfy armchair, sort of big U-shaped comfy chair, and upstairs we had a bright orange one. So having a couple that make a few more statements, and then a couple of those kicking by the side of them. The smaller ones are very useful and they're a lot cheaper, so I would say get one or two of those and then pair them up with something that's a bit more. I mean, that for 30 quid is still insane. It's insane for 30 quid. I'm guessing there's something wrong with it, because you can go to the salon equipment centre there now. I suppose the reason these are all so cheap and you can go there and do this now is because over the last few years of recession and boom and bust, you've had a lot of businesses go out of business, and there's probably a lot of these chairs kicking around, more so than ever. But you've seen them, £300 on this exact same website. I'm surprised they're so cheap, but you go down there with a van and you load up on all cheap shit, and then you set it up in your shop, and then after a while you've built up some money. And I did go back and I bought a nicer chair. I got a second, I got one to go next to this that was actually the full beans, top of the line. Again, I got it on the sale, but I didn't pay for whack, but it was like this but brand new, nice. Got a nice one of those. So you upgrade later, but yeah. Salon Equipment Centre. Forgot how we even got here now. So because of that, I got this nice basin, or at least functional. It had the tip and the lead. It was like, I didn't have to. I think that came with the salon when the old boss left. He just left it, and I was like, I'm having that. So I took it. It had a dirty old metal plinth that it was on, and it had a chair that it was attached to that was old and rubbish. So I got rid of those, but I had a nice basin you could put your head back into. So I got a carpenter friend of mine to affix it to an oak panel, like a big thick piece of oak. And then I just put, like IKEA or whatever, you can get a little cupboard. I just got a little cupboard and fixed that on top of the little cupboard, and I built my own hairdressing wash basin setup. I needed a chair for it that you can lean on. That's the chair I'm sitting on right now. I can't exactly show it you with the green screen, but the chair I'm sitting on right now has still got a tag on it. But by now he's so sun bleached. Actually, I might as well pull it off and just prove it. See, I've just pulled this off now. It's so sun bleached you can hardly even read it. It says £120. I've only just taken that tag off all these years later. £120 because I thought this chair's £120. It's fucking loads of money. But it sits perfectly against the basin. It's got a nice lean to it. It's a Weller chair. This is a Weller styling chair that I'm sitting on. It's top line, nice thing. It's a nice chair. It's got a swivel, no pump mechanism because it's for leaning against the basin. Anyway, my point was that I got this stuff from the equipment centre. My basin didn't fit the fucking... When I assembled it, swearing. When I assembled it, my plumber said... I was like, I got a plumber, and I was like, look... Because I've got a few friends, you know, my friend who's a carpenter is like a friend who I've grown up with. My friend who's a plumber is just like a lad who I used to, you know, smoke weed with. And I said, look, I'm starting a salon, health and safety and all that. Can you fit the basin for me? And can you just tell me, you know, check all the pipes and just tell me everything's all kosher and we're all good? And so he went to do it. He went over everything and he was like, fitting the basin. I can't do it. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, in the UK we have these fittings of like a certain, like this, I don't know what this is, and it was like some strange Italian thing. So in the end we had to, you know what it's like, you have to order parts and get fittings and, you know, stuff like that. Oh god, I was just like, we please need the basin tomorrow. So I had to, like, I think I had to wait a week for my basin initially, and I had to do dry cuts to start on my first couple of days, maybe, I can't remember. But it was, I remember it being a right hassle for him just because the simple fixture and fitting wasn't a simple fixture and fitting. This business wouldn't all fit up. But so I know that as a top tip now. There's a top tip. What's going on here? Why am I assembling and it's not right? Oh, there. So yeah, my top tip is you probably, if you're small time, like if I'm big time and I've got money to spend, then I'll get the designer thing and you will buy the fitting for it, the end. But if you're small time and you've got a choice between something that fits really well with all the modern fixtures and fittings and is easy to do, but doesn't quite look the part that you want, or something that really looks the part. Another example is we've got they call it a bishop's sink or basin. I really like it. It would be better if it was sunk into the wood, but it's not sunk into the wood, it's on top of the wood. We've got it. There are some things that look a little better but take a right ball ache of a job, and you'd rather just have the cheaper, easier, more the thing that works, nicely sealed, nicely tight. Like if you're running a business in hairdressers, you don't want a strange Italian fixture or fitting that won't go into the British fixture or fitting, causing you leaks and problems, but it looks great, you know. Yeah, I always go for more function over form if you have to choose. But once you've chosen and you're saying, okay, now it's good, then let's get the best that we can. You know, obviously I'm not some mindless dullard who would fit a radiator well on the right hand side and choose a horrific... They're going to have to repaint that, look. It's the wrong colour for all the doors and the back. But they didn't put that on the job sheet, so they can have that. Everything done, complete the job, yeah? Complete the job then. 100%, $800. I'm in the wrong game. You're fucking shitting me, man. $800 for that? Is that real? That can't be right. I'm in the wrong game. Hello. Hello, Bob. This looks great. This is House Flipper. And I said at the start, this is supposed to be a chill one. I'm going to probably finish about 9:30ish. It's supposed to be a chill one that maybe people could watch if they're trying to chill and go to bed or whatever. A bit more like Limmy, a bit chilled. Been looking forward to playing a bit of House Flipper. But in my head, 50 Cent did a song, didn't he? You can call me Flipper. Let's find it. I mean, this is going to really ruin... If anyone is using this video for that reason later on, this is really going to ruin the vibe. But I just want to see 50 Cent. Well, I don't want to see him, but you can call me Flipper. Let's see what that is, because it's patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. I've probably never really understood all these lyrics, because, you know, you hear these rap lyrics and you can't hear every word and you don't know what they're saying. Hey M, you know you're my favourite white boy, right? I owe you for this one. I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode. See, I didn't know it was explode on. I thought, I've been patiently waiting for a track to stroll on. I thought stroll on, because the time of meetup to explode on. I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode on. You can stunt if you want and yo ass will get rolled on. If it feels like my flow's been hot for so long, if you think I'ma fucking fall off, you're so wrong. Yeah, I've got it up on the screen. I'm not remembering that. I am cheating. I'm innocent in my head like a baby born dead. What? That's horrific. And they go on about me and my abortion line, and then 50 Cent did that. I'm innocent in my head like a baby born dead. Destination heaven. Sit and politic with passengers from 9/11. The Lord's blessings leave me lyrically inclined. Shit, I ain't even got time. Do they write shit in it? Do you think they write shit? Do you think they write it down first and, you know, this needs another shit? Sit and politic with passengers. I like 50 Cent, but I didn't realise this was... Anyway, sit and politic with passengers from 9/11. That's dark. The Lord's blessings leave me lyrically inclined. Shit, I ain't even got to try to shine. Woo. God's the seamstress that tailor fitted my pain. I got scriptures in my brain. I could spit at your dame. Straight out the good book. Look, I can't say that word for racial reasons. People are shook. I don't know why they... I don't know why rappers say... I don't know why rappers say the N-word so often, to be honest. I don't like it. I don't think they're making a comment about anything racial either. I think they're just flippantly using it. 50 fear no man. Warrior swings swords like Conan. Picture me pen in hand, writing lines. Knowing the source will quote it. When I die, they'll read this and say a genius wrote it. I don't think they will. Not that bit about dead babies, they won't. I grew up without my pops. Should that make me bitter? I caught cases, I copped out. Does that make me a quitter? In this white man's world, I'm similar to a squirrel. What? Who sits down with a bit? In this white man's world, I tell you, it's a white man's world. I'm similar to a squirrel. Looking for a slut with a nice butt to get a nut. That's what squirrels are like, isn't it? They're always looking for sluts with nice butts to get nuts. Well, the nut thing goes, but being misogynistic against women, don't see many squirrels doing that. If I get shot today, my phone will stop ringing. Misogynistic is against women, isn't it? So, anyway, being misogynistic. Looking for a slut today with a nice butt to get... If I get shot today, my phone will stop ringing again. These industry people ain't friends. They know how to pretend. We didn't get to the bit that I wanted yet. I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode on. You can stunt if you want and your ass will get rolled on. If it feels like my flow's been hot for so long. Yeah. If you... This is Eminem now. If you're patiently waiting to make it through all the hating, debating whether or not you can even weather the storm. As you lay on the table, they are parading to save you. It's like an angel came to save you from the heavens above. Storm doesn't rhyme with above. So that's a strange rhyming couplet that doesn't rhyme there from Eminem. And it's Eminem again now. They think they're crazy, but they ain't crazy. Let's face it, shit, basically, they just playing sick. They ain't shit. They ain't saying shit, spraying 50. 8 of the K get in the way. I'll bring Dre and them with me and turn this day into fucking mayhem. You staying with me. Don't let loose. You're not trying to confuse you when I let loose with this Zuzu and shoot you through your Isuzu. You get the message. I ain't coming through to you. You know what's coming, you motherfuckers. Don't you even know? Take some big and hack and mix them up in the pot. Sprinkle a little big out. He speaks in individual consonants. So it's hard work. You take some big and some pack, you mix them up in the pot, sprinkle a little big L on top, and what's the fuck do you got? You got the realest and illest killers tied up in a knot, the juggernauts of this rap shit, like it or not. It's like a fight to the top. No, he's not like a London rude child, is he? Like it or not. It's like a fight to the top, just to see you die for the spot. You put your life in this, nothing like surviving a shot. You know what time it is soon, there's 50 sounds on this dot. Shit, you know about death threats, cause I get a lot. Shady Records was 80 seconds away from the towers. Some cats fuck with the wrong building, they're meant to hit ours. That's quite rude and inappropriate. I didn't realise, honestly, I didn't realise. I know he said something about the towers. I didn't listen that close, but suggesting that it was a mistake to hit the Twin Towers. Actually, they were aiming for Slim Shady. It's quite... I mean, I thought America was quite touchy about those sort of thing. Anyway, better evacuate all children. It's nuclear showers. There's nothing spookier. You're about to witness the power of fucking 50. So where's the bit where he says this fucking thing anyway? Here we are. Well, he starts this one with the N-word, so I'm not saying that. You shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house. The music's really picked up behind me as well at this juncture. You shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house, and if you've got a glass jaw, you should watch your mouth. I'll break your face. I'll have your ass running, mumbling to the Jake. I wonder what the Jake is. You're going against me, dog. You're making a mistake. I'll split you, leaving you looking like Michael Jackson's jackets with all them zippers. All those zippers. I'm the boss on this boat. You can call me Skipper. The way I turn the money over, you should call me Flipper. There you go. That's exactly the line I was looking at. I'm the boss on this boat, so you can call me Skipper. The way I turn the money over, you should call me Flipper. I'm Grave Kipper. You bitch a regular bitch, you call in a wifey. I'm alright saying bitch. That's about as on the edge as I'll go, though. I fucked and feed her fast food, you keeping her icy. I'm down to sell records, but not my soul. Snoop said this in 94. We don't love them hoes. Those hoes. I've got pennies for my thoughts, now I'm rich. See the 20s spinning, looking mean on Mercedes. N-word again. Wearing flags because the colours they match clothes. They get caught in the wrong hood and filled up with holes, motherfucker. It was a lot better when I heard it on the track. I'll say that. Doesn't stand up to the critique when you look through the words. Does not stand up to the critique. Sorry, 50. I mean, he's made a lot more money than I ever will, but... Anyway, you can call me Flipper. Because I'm living in a squalid squat on this game. House Flipper. And I've just learned how to do radiators, but I can't... Oh, can I buy a... I can do one now. Hang on. I've got perks. I've got 2 perks here. Cleaning, handyman, or negotiation. Well, for me personally, I'm better at cleaning than those other things, so I'm going to pick the cleaning perk. See dirt on the mini-map. Yes, I want that, because I missed Merp before. Missed some dirt before. Or a better mop. So really, it's the mop first, isn't it? Because, you know, you're not only as good as your tools. That was a silly thing I was going to say, but you're only going to, you know, you're not going to get the most out of it being good at cleaning if you haven't got a good mop, are you? Like, you want the good mop, the good tools, and then you will learn. I don't know. I just wanted the mop. Handyman. I've got 2. I can put 2 there and 1. I can do 2 perks for this anyway. Hold up 3 tiles or panels. Yeah, I can do. I'm a good tile holder and carrier, so I'm going to pick those because I tell you what, I am strong at lifting tiles onto the roof. I can do loads, big loads. Higher payment. Yeah. Upgrade. Like, who's not going to want that? So they're my perks. I'm going to go to the store now and buy myself a radiator for my actual house. So I'm just going to buy the standard radiator. Look, this is where I live, because otherwise I'm in the cold. Buy the radiator, look. There isn't enough space on the wall. What are you fucking on about? It's got a radiator fitting in there. What are you fucking on about? Not enough space on the wall. What do you think that... What's that for then? Right, I'm moving that there. Just there, look. Can I rotate it? Yeah, I can rotate it. Just moving that over there. I want to throw it away eventually because it looks like a load of shit. Moving that. I don't like them being against... I actually don't like my bed being against the wall anyway. I think it helps the spiders climb on. So I like it being in the middle. Right. Now I'm going to fit a radiator at my own house. And they can just get fucked. There's not enough room. Look, there's loads of room now. All the way... Well, not all the way. Do you want it by the door, or is that a bad idea? Where do you want it? Maybe in the middle, but maybe you want to put furniture at some space. I'm putting it there anyway. I've got no idea. This isn't going to be my final house. I'm going to move out of here. This is just shithole number 1. There you go, look. Turn that on. Now I've got heating to pay for. That's an extra expense. I'll just put that back, sort of over there. And that's fine, isn't it? You can't get in the drawers because they bang into the bed, but that's fine. I will throw that away because who gives a shit? Not me. What about the mallet? Can I use the mallet? I can't use it on anything, so I'll just put that there. Oh yeah, put it by the door. Weapon by the door, probably a good idea. That's how I'm living. I suppose we take another job then. I still feel like I want to be able to... Oh, thank God, I'm allowed to clean my own place now. Thank fuck for that. Thank fuck for that. Like, before it wouldn't actually let me clean this whole place. Okay, I can't do anything about the door. Can I clean this? Yeah, I can clean this. The mop does everything. It's super mop. Will it do the bed? I don't really like sleeping in this bed. It looks like it's got mould in it. So I'd rather not sleep in that. But I'm doing a bit of a job on the old cleaning here. Thank fuck for that. Living in squalor like this is not for me. Not when it can be, like, I say that, like, if I was forced to live in a cheap place and it had problems with the walls, I just have to suffer it. But if I can clean it, I'll clean it. Probably wasn't, that's probably, if anyone knew me from uni, they'd probably say, no, that's not who you're talking about, you. Your bedroom was a fucking shambolic state. But yeah, but these days, like, I'm not putting up with this sort of level of grot. Have I done the cleaning? I think I've done everything I can. It won't clean up any further. I think the rest of it's like ingrained in the tile. I think I have to renovate instead of clean, but at least we've done the basics. What's this on the wall still over here? Nope, it's not having it, is it? What about this? Can I wash up the plate? Hold and switch to cleaning. Oh, I can do it like that with the mop, you see. Fine. Can I fix that? Buggered it up now. I can't get it back in the place. Brilliant. Obviously, I don't want it to just be sticking out by 2 centimetres, do I? But it won't let me put it back properly. You see that? It won't let me put it back properly. So now it's there. He wants it there. Look, why do you want it there? He's stupid. Oh my God. That's going to annoy me forever now, isn't it? Anyway. These are 3 different jobs. Amaranth walls. That's not the streamer with the boobies out. Baby on the way, or cleaning the garage. There's no... It doesn't say how much money. We need to clean the garage, she says. My beautiful wife's pregnant. He needs clean and preparation for the baby. He wants a baby station and toys. And he wants to paint the room a light rose colour. So that's a big job. I want my house to look arty. Can I paint some of the walls in the living room amaranth? The remaining walls should look stunning and grey. Replace the electrical socket. That's somewhere in the middle. So I wonder if they go away. If I choose one, do the others go away? Or can I do them all? Like, cleaning the garage seems really simple. Don't touch the tools. I don't know what the right one to do is. I'll do the one in the middle. It just takes... Oh, no, I'm not there. I'm not there yet. I thought I'm in there now again, straight away. I just unlocked a paint roller. So here we are at somebody else's house that we don't know. I'm assuming they're not in. We'll walk around the perimeter. Just to check. Little back entrance there. Nice and spacious. If I fell off here, I'm just not going to fall on. I'm going to fall on that. I don't want to fall off there. That'd be the worst place to fall off. But otherwise, we're okay around here. Electric wire there going up to the thing. I don't know if it's phone or electric. Better be careful of that. Okay. Hello. The handyman has arrived. as per your orders, I'm going to open every door in your house to start with, to facilitate the easy entrance and exit of the rooms. Oh look, this is like a kitchen, but you've got a sofa in here as well. That'd be like when you're getting things in and out of the oven and the fat spattering from your eggs, it's going on the sofa. That's awful. Get rid of that. Move that over there if I were you. Get rid of it. Just, you don't need to sit on a sofa in the kitchen. What are you doing? And who is sitting on this sofa here and watching the telly there? Like, who's doing that? Like, are you fucking psychotic? That's gonna have to go. I mean, I'm not Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen or anything. I'm not changing rooms. Although I would change the rooms. I would take this sofa. How many bedrooms have you got? This is a child's bedroom. This is an adult bedroom. And a bathroom. So you've got one living space that is the kitchen. And then you've got bedrooms. Okay, I see the jig. I see the jig. But still, it feels like you've squashed the table over here. And the sofa's... It feels like you could do this better. So I'm going to start by moving all the chairs out to there. Now, I'm going to get on with the jobs in a minute, but this has got to be done first. I mean, in a normal house situation, I wouldn't be able to do this, but because this is the computer game, I can do what I fucking want, son. The handyman's here. What are you doing in your kitchen, you fucking idiots? Let's get this sorted. Right. And I'm taking that out as well. You can go back in a minute. The rug. I don't really approve of the rug with the food. I just think food and rug is going to be a bad combo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it much, much closer over there to the television. I'm going to take this. And I'm going to... I don't know if you're going to get the room. Let's see if we have. I'm going to rotate this behemoth. I'm actually going to perch it up on the rug a bit. You're going to be quite close to the telly there. But I've sort of... You see how I've made like a separation in the space with the sofa? It's just a little better for me, that is. I feel. Still got a nice through space here. It's whether we can fit the table in here. Because when you're cooking and you're messing about, you're going to want to be here, you know, doing the cooking and messing about. You're not going to want to be banging into the table all the time. I see why it was pushed over to the side. But maybe... And this oven in this corner is a bit of a choice as well, isn't it? You know, what you could do... Can I move these? I can move these. Right. Because I was going to say what you could do is you could put some of it in a corner space, and then you free up some more space up this end. We've got the cooker hood all plumbed in and everything. I'm not going to move that. I'm not going to move the sink. I'm not going to do that now, but you see what I'm saying? You could have built some of these units this way, and then this end could have been a bit more free. People often think they want to look out the window when they're at the basin washing dishes. They always put the dishes by the window, but no one's looking out the window while they're washing the dishes. Where's my table? Okie dokie. It's probably not going to fit very well, is it? But I think it's better than it was, you fuckers. Maybe I even put it like... This is ludicrous. Table and sofa combo. Absolutely ludicrous. What kind of a psychotic sociopath would have a table and a sofa? Like a fabric sofa. And I'm saying this, I bet there's people watching this who are like, I've got a sofa in my kitchen. Like, but it's fabric and like the food mess and the things that some, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I wouldn't want anything spilt. Like, I'm probably taking after my mother a bit here, because when I was a kid, she was like, get that off the sofa. Stop walking on the cream carpets. Stop walking on my cream, you know, like stuff like that. Like, see how I've done this, though? This is a little better now, isn't it? I feel it's better, anyway. I think you've got more of a kitchen-y living space here. And I feel like I've actually made this cosier with the television and that. You know, maybe I actually make some more space by doing this. Once you sat down, symmetry's not going to bother you as much, is it? Maybe it would. I'd probably want that in the middle, to be honest, just because I'm not a... You know, I'm not Hannibal Lecter. So I'm going to probably just want that bit more in the middle. Sorry. I did say about space, but imagine that's perfectly in the middle anyway. It's got to be, hasn't it? That's what you've got to do. And yeah, we can have the plant back now. I was going to make a bit of space by shuffling it along a bit more, and maybe I have. Yeah, because I can't get the plant back in, so I've made a bit more space. And now, what would you do about the plant now then? Yeah, well, fucking didn't expect that, did you? Did not expect that. Oh, the plant's on the table. It's better there. It's getting more natural light. There's only, look, there's one adult's bedroom, one child's bedroom, at maximum 3 people. Unless you're going to double up on the, you know, is there a bunk bed in here or anything? No, I'm assuming it's 3 people. So you don't need all these chairs around here. Look, that's fine. Mommy and Daddy don't even talk to each other when they eat anyway, do they? Look, too busy, so that's fine. What am I going to do with the spare 2 chairs? Do you want a bathroom chair? You considered it? Oh, I can sit on the fucker, look. Brilliant. Do you want a bathroom chair? Is that a thing? It can be a thing, can't it? Again, we've got the washing dryer in here. I suppose we're stuck for space a bit, aren't we? So I understand. I'll just use the chair for a minute there. Just check that. That's fine, yeah. Bathroom chair. No one wants the bathroom chair, do they? Mommy and Daddy will have to have an extra chair for sexual purposes. It's better. It's better. The handyman came and rearranged all our furniture. Look, it's just so much better. When you walk in, I don't know what this is as well in the corridor. I'm not a fan of that. Looks quite disgusting, but if I could squeeze it in... Oh, it's cream, it's like a different colour. If I could squeeze it in over here, I'd be happier than it being there. Go on, you bugger. Much better. It's the wrong colour, but, you know, because look. Now this can be placed more centrally. And that just feels much, much better, doesn't it? In actual fact, you might find in some spaces, when you're looking at it from an angle like this, that it looks, see how when I'm at this angle, it looks like this side is smaller than this side, just because of natural perspective. So what you do is you actually place things slightly off-centre to balance that, so when you come through the door it looks central, but it's not. So you've got that, and you've got a natural, I'm going to close this because you've got a natural move through now. I don't know what are these doors doing for us? Sliding double doors. What are they doing for us? Sound. You know, maybe sometimes it's too noisy. Which might even suggest to me that we could use this space a bit. If you took these doors off, you know, they're just blocking a space. Seems weird, isn't it? Maybe you could actually use this space more. And maybe you could have the telly over here and have the sofa here, and you could walk through easier without the doors on. I'm not going to start moving that now, although I could. But I've done this. This is the arrangement anyway. Much more free and easy though into the spaces. I think that's better. It's much better. What about this bedroom then? I just think you've gone for a funny combination of items that I wouldn't have chosen. There's some colour matching and stuff going on. That chair's out of place. But it's quite a... And I'm here to paint, I know, some shit. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I forgot what I'm even doing. The children's bedroom doesn't... People don't usually think it matters, but it does, because children still have to live in it. But this is actually quite pleasant and fine, isn't it? In fact, there's quite a lot of room in here, isn't there? Like, the balance of the house is a bit off, isn't it? Like, you've got these really big, spacious bedrooms. And the kitchen come diner living area is all crammed in here. Like the square footage of this room. This is a 24 metre square room. This room is 25 metres square. So the bedroom is bigger than the kitchen. And in here we've got 17 metres squared. So this is the smallest room. That's fair enough. But what I would do is I would actually even bring this... Look, you see this extra space here? like child's bed is shorter, I'd bring this wall, I don't know about structurally, I'm not the architect, but I would have brought this wall in this way a bit more. See what I'm saying? I've made more space in this room by pushing that wall back, so that the child's room is slightly smaller on that plane. And it wouldn't be a small room, you'd still got all this space for the desk and the bed and everything. It's just this extra space here would just be slightly squished a bit. And then I'd push this wall back towards that room. They can only be stud walls, that can only be a stud wall. So I'd push that back. And then, again, how much bedroom space do you need? What are you doing in your bedroom apart from sleeping and having sex? Like, you can use a bit of this. Oh, you've got this back door here, haven't you? That's a bit of a problem. Would you have to push it as far? You might even have to push it as far as the back door. You know, past the back door. So, because you can't push it in the middle of the back door, can you? So you're going to have to push it past the back door. Which, again, I still think that's fine. You'd have a much more thin bedroom. You'd have your double bed, your chest of drawers and stuff. This would be a bit squashed in here. But imagine the space you've gained here for what is your much more functional, useful kitchen, dining area. In fact, when people came in your house, they'd have the illusion that you had quite a big, spacious house, because you'd have a big, spacious room that you're hanging out in. And then the bedrooms would be smaller off to the side, and your bathroom would stay as is. It doesn't have any stairs, does it? It doesn't have an upstairs. But for that reason, I think I made a good choice there. Definitely would squeeze this out. And here as well, this is an option that's been chosen. It's a bad option. See how these lampshades, there's two of them. It's how strongly, powerfully big they are. They impose in the space. Like when you're looking at that space, you see these big, heavy, imposing shapes. So just get rid of them, put the lights, sink them into the ceiling, and that frees up the head space, and it makes you feel like you're in a more open space. The bigger and more open you can make this feel, because it is quite a small property, it's not a massive extensive property, you're not going to notice when you're asleep, so don't worry about the bedrooms as much. But the bigger you can make this feel, when you're in there, the kids are running around, dad's doing the cooking, mom's busy doing something with the drill, probably repainting this, then it's going to feel much more, I don't know, you're just going to have, the living time is going to be a much more free and spacious affair. It's going to be much better. You have Lego all over the floor or some shit. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with my job. What am I supposed to be doing here? So I've taken that off. What the fuck, dude? Shouldn't be doing this. I'm not an electrician. Whoa. Okay, so what I would need to do is I would need to have the power off for a start. Shouldn't be doing that without the breaker switch. I check the breaker switch works. Check the, there's a fuse in it and all that. Turn the power off. Now what we've got here is we've got earth, live, and ground. Oh my god, I've got to remember which one's which. I think yellow is ground, I think brown is live, and I think blue is neutral. Hang on, is it ground, neutral, and live? That's what I think it is anyway. I think that's the electricity that you don't want to touch. God help you if you do. I think that's the one that takes ground lead. It's like attached to the metal of the wall and stuff. And this completes the circuit neutral. I think that's what it is. I need to check that now, because otherwise I might be giving you bad advice. On my second monitor just over here, I'm just going to check Google plug wires. Live, neutral, and earth. Live is brown, neutral is blue, and the two wires that complete a circuit with the earth wire is green and yellow. Yeah, okay, I got that completely right, so I do know my shit. I would make a good husband. Would not have killed us all. Where's Ob's gone now? Right, yeah. And I did once plug in a hairdryer with the back off and it electrocuted me. That was my own foolishness. I've pushed that back in there. I'm screwing it back in. So what's happened is I've rewired this plug. I mean, again, you can do these things at home. I would do that, but I would be worried, you know, just out of complacency. I'm not an electrician, so just out of complacency, I may make some sort of mistake and electrocute myself. Just out of complacency. Are you sure you've turned the power off? Yeah, pretty sure. How many times have you turned the power off to a building in your life? Probably twice. Like, what, the whole power at the breaker? Yeah. How many times have you had to go and turn the power off on a building? And what if it's somebody else's building that you're not familiar with? Are you sure you flipped the right switch there? Because you're about to take your life into your hands as soon as you touch that with your screwdriver. You will find out if it's still switched on and you've made a mistake by electrocuting yourself to death. So those sort of mistakes I'm not prepared to mess about with. I'd rather get an electrician in. And I know he'd just do the same, they would just do the same thing as me. The reason I said he is because I thought of the electrician that I would have brought in, and it was a man. Like, that wasn't a patriarchal one that time. That wasn't an accidental patriarchy. It's because I know people in the trades. Like, I know a plumber who's a girl, so I could have said she for a plumber. But yeah, anyway, the simplicity of it is irrelevant. It's the potential for damage, for harm. Like, roofing's another example. I've spent years on roofs doing roofing. And simple jobs I could literally get on the roof and do myself. But, like, any simple job, even simple jobs have always been, like, probably because my dad runs a roofing company and there's other roofers who are a lot more adept and skilled and they can just pop around and do it quickly. But I wouldn't really also, it shouldn't be me up there risking my life, you know, making a silly mistake and, oops, he's fallen off the roof because we didn't do it properly and we didn't have the proper ladder, and, like, you know, just certain jobs that are quite dangerous implicitly. It's probably better just to be sure and get a professional in. But I got that right. I would have done that fine. No one would have died. We'd have been fine. The other way around, though, like, if you had a plug on a hairdryer, I'd do that. I wouldn't call an electrician for that. Like, bollocks to that. What are you on about calling an electrician to fit a plug? But fitting the socket in a... You know what I mean? It's like a specific job that's electronics. Like, if you're going to do plastering, I can do all the jobs. I can plaster. I'm not going to do a very good job on the plastering. Like, plasterers do a really nice smooth finish. Depends which end of the ballpark. If you fuck up the plastering, you've got a wall where the surface is like the moon. That's not good, but you can redo that. If you fuck up the electricity, you're dead. So changing a bulb, I do that. Changing the entire wiring for the lights, an electrician does that. Yeah, okay, I've done that job. Paint with the colours. Amaranth Adventure and grey. Okay, I don't know how to do that. I don't know which wall was what. What's the job? Oh no, cancel that, cancel. What's the job? How do you, I don't know how to do this. Paint with these colours. So there's one of them. Let's just buy a small, eh? Do we need a big? I don't know how... We only need one of these, so let's just buy a small. Right, I bought that. My tin of paint. I get to choose which walls we paint. So, I think the wall you're going to be seeing the most is this back wall here with the windows. I think that's the the wall you're going to see the most, but I also think this is the biggest pane of colour, like panel of colour. I think this is the statement wall. Up this end. When you're sitting watching the telly, grey's going to be a better background. Up this end, when you're doing all the cooking and making a mess, you're going to ruin your amaranth wall. So I'm actually going to state that this is the statement wall. And also, it means that when you're in the room and living, you've got that big pane of colour and it's like something interesting. On the way in, you don't see it as much, but, you know, it's like there is a little secret. So I put that there. I'm going to switch to painting. Okay. That seems fine. Do I need to move the fridge, do you think? Oh, I'm going to need to move the fridge. Get dicked. Oh, wait, you need to keep going over it. Oh, shit. I mean, I've done stripes. Right, hang on. I'm moving the fridge. See how I think it could go over there, though? Like... This seems like madness now, but I actually think... I'm not going to put it over there forever, but if you did that and you put your units there... I'm not rotating them because I'm going to put them straight back in a minute. But look, you could make a little corner here of it. And then you've got more space here. I don't know if that works better even. Don't know if that means that you can pull this table across now and put it back maybe up where it was in this corner. Free up other space. No, it's about creating space, isn't it? Or maybe you want another unit in your kitchen or something different here. I'm not sure exactly about what I'm thinking there, but it's an option, isn't it? It's options to put this in. Maybe the fridge goes in the corner. You don't want your fridge next to your cooker. And you don't want it there while you're watching the telly, do you? Away in the background, but just options. I bet I've not got enough for this fucking... Like, I should have done the smallest wall pink, because that's the most expensive paint, I'm guessing. But here we go. This is what they wanted. Well, they didn't specify which wall, did they? Well, maybe they did and I got it wrong. I can't remember. Maybe you should pay more attention to the job sheet. Well, they should let you see the job sheet while you're working, then, shouldn't they? Obviously, this wouldn't work around the edges like that. You do the main blocks, don't you, with the rollers, and then around the edges and the door frames, you want masking tape and brushes and stuff. If this doesn't work and doesn't, you know, if I've not got enough paint, then I'm not going to buy another tin. They're just going to have what they get. It'll be in effect. Dispose. It won't let me refill. Come on, I'd get a little bit more out of that just to do this last bit. There's no way you wouldn't get enough out of it to do this last bit. Come on. Oh my god. No. Hold and switch to dispose. Press to dispose. Oh, Jesus. That's going to cost me. Bollocks. Isn't it? That's going to cost me. And I'm going to have to move all this stuff. I've already moved all this stuff. I don't like painting. I've gone right off it. Let's get the grey out. We're going to need a lot of that. Same roller. Doesn't matter. Apparently. This is labour now. I'm just doing labour. One of the people that's in my Stugan film, Karina Pop, she made a game about how games turn your work, like your labour. Like, she made a Candy Crush game where, I'll show you quickly. It's one of them where I have to show you. She's done a lot more, actually. We should go through her website sometime and really play it. There's 10 Mississippi. Lovely. Candy Crunch. So, what happens here is that you play a game of Candy Crush, essentially, and then you get taken into the back room. And in the back room, you have to create candies to send into the Candy Crush machine. So you produce them, you colour them, you sort them, and... I mean, I'll read it. Candy Crunch opens to a familiar scene, a candy-themed match 3 web game. Between the overprocessed art, we could play it, but I can't be bothered, I'd rather just tell you what it is and then move on. Between the overprocessed art, the simple swapping mechanic and the bouncing music, Candy Crunch's aesthetic is a bastardization of Candy Crush and Bejeweled in all their psychological, pleasurable glory, but the tensile reproduction collapses when the candies stop falling onto the game, and upon further inspection of the game space, is not limited to the purview of a 5x5 grid. When the candies stop appearing, the player must create the game and go behind the scenes into a slapdash factory. Each click becomes tedious. Create a candy, colour a candy, send a candy into the game. Create a candy, colour a candy, and send a candy into the game. Create a candy, colour a candy, send a candy into the game. Repopulating the game screen is a chore. What was once a pleasurable experience is grating work. In connecting labour and play, Candy Crunch seeks to draw attention to the fact that games such as Candy Crush are not free, and that the player is doing labour for the designers, providing capital in their play. Candy Crunch asks the players, remember that play is not divorced from work. Creating games, playing games, and creating the tools that creating play and games cannot occur without labour, perhaps even exploited labour. There you go, that's comment on this. What we're doing now, which is basically oh shit, I've gone back to the office by mistake because I pressed Alt and okay. I want to go back to the job. Can I go back to the job? Bollocks. I can totally go back to the job, look. Okay. I pulled the chi-chi. Yep, so what we're doing here is I am actually, you know, I'm on the computer. It's not the same as if I were literally painting the walls. You know, there is a total difference. I'm not performing the same labour, but I am performing labour. I'm sat at the computer and I'm pressing the buttons and doing the things, aren't I? I could be data entry and I could be getting paid for it, but instead I'm doing this. I should be getting paid for it because I'm a streamer, thank you very much. But this is, you know, the only way I get paid is by donations. But at this stage in the game, but if I can build up to something, you know, donations plus maybe a sponsor, that'd be great. But yeah, so we are actually, you know, let's say for example, I could operate a drone at home from behind my computer screen. Like, so I could be sitting here for an hour playing drones. You could call it playing drones, yeah? Whatever you want to call it. But actually I could be operating a drone, say for a military. You know, killing a load of Chinese people or something. And then that could be my job. And then what would be the difference? Should I get paid for my labour? Like, could we turn what I'm doing now into a paid labour, or am I just doing labour for free? Because I'm paid the game designer so that I could do this. Karina's also talking about the fact that labour goes into the creation of games. That those candies don't come from nowhere. And the process of creating this game itself was a job in a way. In a way. It is a job. Or a labour, or some sort of work has been done, you know what I mean? But here I'm technically, I'm doing sort of like labour from home on my computer. It's weird, isn't it? Enjoying it. But give me one of these and say you're doing this for £7 an hour. I'd be like, bollocks, mate. I want at least £10 an hour for that. Well, I'll do it here for free and I'll pay the developer. Okay. However you want it, mate. Did they say they wanted the sills done? The internal sill interior? Did they say they wanted that done? It's all coming together now, but did they say they want sill interior? Did they say those pieces? Because do those count as ceilings? I don't know the answers. I'm not a professional. I'm going to have to ask someone. I think everything gets painted though, look. In my world, everything here gets painted. And also, I'm alright with making decisions like this, you know. I grew up around building sites and my dad and mum doing DIY and stuff like that and making decisions in the house and how things are going to be. It might not be right, it might not be, you know, they might say, oh, you never paint those, you keep them the same colour as your ceiling. And I'll say, yeah, well, bollocks, I prefer them painted, get painting. I'm quite happy making decisions and knowing that I'm happy living with them. So we will paint these. It's turning into quite the job, this. Got to remember for next time that painting jobs are a right ball ache. It's got the nice squeegee mop sound. I'm getting in there behind that without any problem, I think. Which is fine, we'll just accept it. We won't critique it, we'll just accept it. Yep. And I don't know in what world we're living in, but I'm just going to say, like, this paint is now dry and I can, you know, push these back against it. Shit, I've moved everything around and it won't all go back in exactly the same place now, will it? Watch me bugger up their kitchen now and not being able to get it perfectly lined up. And which one should I have started with? I should have started in the corner, shouldn't I? That's where I should have started. Shit. Does that look alright? No, it looks fucking shit. It looks fucked. There's a gap. There's a plug behind it. It won't go right in the gap. It will. Hang on. Okay, so why won't that go further back? Is it because of the plug? Oh no, why am I doing this? Wait. Put that next to the cooker, right? And just put this one back where it was. That was okay. Why wouldn't it let me go against the wall now? It's not my house. Fuck it, they can move it. What? That should let me go in there now. Look, it wants to step out from the wall. So everything has to be stepped out to match. It wasn't like that before, was it? The bollocks, was it? Or maybe it didn't even go there. Maybe these pieces were from the end over here. No, there's a fridge over there, wasn't there? Feels like I've fucked this up somehow. Ooh, I've ruined their kitchen. Let's just take that out as well. How far? That's the furthest in the corner I can go, yeah? And it's stepped out, isn't it? Or is it not? Yeah, it's stepped out. Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you... How have I got these extra pieces that don't go in? This is what must happen when you're doing the fucking painting. It's like Tetris, mate. Oh. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get it flush to that wall. That wall there, yeah. Pop that in there. I'm just going to pull it all up against that. I said you like looking out the window, and now you can't look out the window, so I've moved something and that's not the same. For some reason that won't go in against the wall. So you'll just have to live like that. Obviously I wouldn't put up with that in real life. There'd be absolutely no way I'd put up with that, but that's how it is here. Just put that on the carpet there, that's probably the best place for that. Put it on the rug. Just paint over the... Reach over the sofa to paint this. It's not hyper-realistic, is it? We're getting there. We're going to need another one of these paints. Or we're going to get away with... See, the thing is, I used to do hair colour as well, and the people are going to go, oh, you didn't do this with my hair colour. Surely not. But if you get that to that point in the job, and you've just got a little bit of colour left, what you do is, as you start getting to this point, you think, oh, hang on, I'm not going to want to be so thick and liberal with the colour at this last bit, because I could finish the whole job with what's in the bottle if I'm just more cautious in the way I paint it. I'm not saying skimp. I'm not saying don't paint some bits. Everything has to be fully saturated. If not, you're going to have to mix up some more. But if you can just put a little bit more peroxide in that bowl, just a touch, just let it down a little bit, and or like I said, when you're painting and you're liberal, you know, if you can start thinking, hang on, if I'm so liberal and blasé, but if I'm not cautious, I'm going to run out. Like, you wouldn't run out. There's no way you would run out with that amount left. You'd have said to yourself, even at halfway, you'd have thought, oh look, there's only this chunk left, but I'm starting to run low on paint here. Better start just being a bit more careful with the way I'm applying it. And even if you were just squeezing the last bit out of the brush on here, you'd do that, wouldn't you? You would. Most people would. They'd, you know, on the inside of the margarine tub or whatever, you'd be scraping it out with a knife. You're not going back to B&Q and getting another fucking one of those paints, are you? Oh, I've painted the wrong colour on it now. I'm the fucking champion at this. It won't let me paint behind the radiator now. He'll let me paint behind that. I'm stood on the sofa for this. I can do perfect stripes. I'm really skilled with the brush, with the roller. What did it say there? Yeah, we've still got more paint. This big pot was a good idea. This big pot was good. I assume the big pot will be enough to do the whole thing, won't it? Got a new skill point there. Put that in the bank. Keep that safe. That's yours. You take that home. Now what? Come on, paint man. There we are. I'm super paint man. I'm doing these plonker chops, plot bits at the top there. Let's get these done. There and there. And no. This would annoy the chuff out of me, actually. Already I'm thinking one of the things that I'm doing quite a lot of is going back to this bucket for the paint. So how am I not in the modern age paint? Like, how is my roller not being self-loaded? How is the paint not being stored in the brush handle in some way and being applied to the roller as I roll it? Surely there must be a way to... I used to think that about hair dye, but because I was basically working quickly with my hands with the hair dye, it didn't really matter. But I used to think, surely I should... Like if I was icing a cake, I wouldn't just keep going back for little bits of icing. I'd put it all in the icing bag and then I ice the cake, yeah? Or if I was using silicone sealant on a roof, I wouldn't mix up a load of silicone sealant and then go back, You would for the cement, because it's quite heavy, but you could put that silicone sealant in a gun and then you could just apply it as needed, you know, from the actual applicator is full of silicone sealant, whereas here we've got a disconnect. I have to keep going back. This is where I'm wasting my time constantly dipping my brush in the thing. That's a waste of my time. I could be just doing this and not having to dip the brush if it was all in one. Someone should have... I bet there is a system for that. Maybe it's just not, you know, maybe it functions better in some way, but I've run out of paint again. So that's your job done then, because I'm not buying another pot of paint. You can fuck off. It looks quite nice with that doorway in white. And the combination of the white and the grey to pull it together. It's a statement piece. I'd get rid of those. See how much better it looks without those. Look. They're gone now. Oh, it's been returned to its... Well, if that one... Where's the other one? If that one got returned, where did the other one go? I've lost one. For some reason it will only let me have... It will force me to have that one. Must be hung on a ceiling. Must be there. Where's the other one gone then, you chief? Chief toe rag. Look, there it's gone. I've made it gone. That's what I wanted to do. Success. They're gone. That looks so much better without those lampshades. Oh, it's not finished over here either. Alright, alright. I might as well buy a large, mightn't I? If I'm going to be painting things all through this game. You know, I'll keep that for the next job, won't I? Better had do. Better have had do. Will it let me paint it? It's not letting me paint it. It obviously let me paint that one bit before. Thank you. Oh. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with all that. And then let's finish off this. After a while, that sound in my ears in the headphones, it stops being the pleasant and relaxing sound of the squashy paint roller and becoming the repeated, like they've used the same squashy sound over and over. I think they've got a sponge and squashed up some sponge, but it's the same sound over and over again. I don't want to paint that, it's the wrong colour. Paint the colours Amaranth, Adventure and Grey. I've done that. The only thing I haven't done, actually maybe that wall would have been nice in Amaranth with the door on it. Maybe I've done the wrong wall here. I'm not sold on that being the wall. I'm not certain that's the right thing to do. Maybe it was too big a wall. Maybe it should be the smaller wall. I'm not sold on my decision there. I'd have liked to have seen it before I'd done it, maybe. Maybe it should be that wall. I don't know. You know, when you walk in, this whole room now looks very grey, doesn't it? And you don't know that it's brightened up by this unless you're in it and looking this way. Anyway, I've done that now. I want to buy another pot of paint. I'm going to buy the big one because fuck it. What do I care? And I hope I've still got them in my, you know, stores later. Am I painting the wrong thing there? It looked like I was painting the wrong thing all of a sudden. I just don't know what I was painting there. Alright. Where's my light gone? Right. Go through torch batteries, don't I? Last but not least, complete the job. That's it then, isn't it? That's it now. Do I have to do anything with these? Do I have to pick them up or anything? Do I have to... Like, can I hide them anywhere? Take them with me. Just put them on there. Put that one on there. There, like that. I think we're okay, haven't we? I haven't accidentally painted anything else by mistake, did I? No. It looked like I was doing so, but... And I've rearranged the furniture, so... I think we're okay. Complete the job. You've completed 75% of the job. No, I fucking haven't. I've done it all, thank you. What are you on about? In here, complete the job is fine. In here, repair electrical outlet. Oh, right. Well, I can't leave a kiddie with a damaged electrical outlet. That would be a... You know what I'm saying? That would be a right shitter. Not doing that. So let's find it first, and then let's repair it. Is it this? I can't crouch. I don't want to do that. Is it this? No, it's not that one. It's got to be this then down here, yeah? Oops. If I move that, I can see behind it. There is an electrical outlet behind that, right? It's this one. Kids been putting their fingers in it, the naughty chuffers. Oh, it's all rusted and horrible. Get rid of that. Throw that out. You can't have rusty, horrible electrics. Throw it out. Get rid of that. Bin that off. Does it want to make me choose? No, it knows. Live, ground, neutral. Live, neutral, earth or ground. Can't see anything because my torch. My torch is too bright. It's blinding me. Put that new outlet back on there. Because if a kid's going to put their fingers in it, they want it to be clean. Right. That's the job complete. I can leave that bed wherever I put it. I don't have to jump on it if I want. Fuck it. I'm getting paid. Wait. Right, let's put the bed back. No, I'm not a monster. It won't go back. Okay, there it goes. It's a bit sad really, isn't it? All this work's been done on the house and all that the kids had in their room that's fixed is an electrical socket. Whereas all this... I mean, they'll appreciate it. They'll be like, oh, look at this, it's cool. Oh, mummy, I like this wall. Yeah. I think I've done the wrong wall, haven't I? I've got no idea. I need to find out. I need to know which wall is the statement wall. I wonder if there's an answer. I wonder if Google will I've completed the job. Complete it for 1,000. Complete. I pulled a chi-chi. I'm just going to quickly ask Google if is there a correct wall? Correct. I'm in caps lock. Wall for a statement wall. Often you can do a statement wall of, like, you might not want to have wallpaper all over the walls, but one wall, like an accent wall. Choose the right wall. There are no hard and fast rules, okay? It's often the wall opposite to the door, so that you see it immediately. That's what I thought, maybe that. But in our room then, we had, it could have been the one straight over, but that wall had 2 windows, and it wasn't as much of a wall. You're not getting so much for your money. You don't really, when you're in it and sitting in it, you're not going to be, I don't know, maybe you will see that wall. Or maybe I chose the wrong wall. It's not my house. That's not the way to think of it. Like, when it's someone else's hair, it's not my hair, but fucking damn it, it is my hair because it's my business, my hairdressing salon. Like, my hair. Like, think of it like it's your hair. Don't let them unhappy with that. Oh, you fucked that up. No, it's my hair. I'll do the best job I can possibly damn well do. I should now have, where's my paint pots? What's this thing? Aim at item. Sell. Remove. Sell. Remove. Ooh. It's interesting. Sell. Sell. Aim at item. Sell. Hammer. Welcome, Matt. Sell. Bed. $7. It's interesting. What about my paint pot, though? I should refill the paint roller. I certainly would like to. Where's my paint? Do I have to buy another one? No, I should have one in my store, shouldn't I? I should have one in, I bought one last job. I'm not throwing it in the bin because we finished. Fuck, it's fucked me. I deliberately bought a big one so I'd have extra to paint my place when I got home. And it's fucked me. Fucking cheated me. I've never known such a load of shit. Can I not do the door? That was the thing I wanted to paint, really. If anything. I'm doing the wrong wall anyway. It's supposed to be the wall that you... It's supposed to be this wall that you see when you walk in. So... That's jazzed the place up a bit. Let's have another look for a job then. Oh, it's doing my favourite piece of music now. I pulled a chi-chi. I mean, we've heard it a few times today, but I love this one where it comes in with the very soft... It's got some very soft strings, some... What are they? They're cellos. And plucked strings. They're cellos and plucked strings, aren't they? There's like there's 2 things going on. Just skip it back. Here, how this starts. I pulled a chi-chi. Lovely. It's a very short piece, that is, isn't it? But it's fucking bang on. It's fucking bang on. Okay, clean the garage was the orders here. Don't touch the tools, husband will be cross. So I can pick up the car, look. Ah, Incredible Hulk me around. I'm just going to move that over there. They're going to be cross about that then. Let's have a look at the perimeter. Makes a funny noise when I jump. Just checked out the perimeter. Clean the window, look. It's dirty from the other side. That's weird. Okay. I'll be coming in through the front door and opening all the doors in your house just to let the air out. Oh look, you've got a statement wall and it's on the... They've gone for stripes. Weird stripes. Look at that. I'm lost now. I can't remember how I got in. All the different colours are confusing the fuck out of me. This is the bathroom, probably. There's toothpaste there. Just pick that up. Oh, sorry, I picked up the mirror, not the toothpaste. Just put that over there instead. So that you have to look... Forget it. I mean, should I reorganise this space? I mean, this space isn't too bad. They've done... See, they've done over here what I was... But they've got it wrong again. Who's gonna... Are you gonna... I suppose you could sit sideways on, couldn't you? Lying down on the sofa. But, again... You're gonna sit on the sofa looking out the back doors. It's all a bit strangely done for me. I think... This is gonna have to be moved. Move this. Get that out of the way. Bowl of fruit that can go. Can you put it on the bed? Under the bed? I'll put it on there. What's that there? That's the remote. Don't put the remote by the TV. It's the worst place you could put it. Everyone thinks to put it by the TV because, well, it goes with the TV, doesn't it? But then you've got to walk over to the TV to use the remote. That's the opposite of the point of the remote. In fact, if you're going to put it anywhere, just put it away from the TV. I know it sounds ridiculous. What? That's not the right place for the remote. Yeah, but it's remote control. So I want it when I'm further away from the telly. Keeping it next to the telly is the worst place. Honestly. I have to keep going back near the telly to pick it up. I don't want to do that. I want to... It's remote, mate. That's the whole fucking point. Bit of remote control. That could be freeform, look. It doesn't even have to be square. Remote control as far away from the telly as you can fucking get it. Now this means a much... Like, surely... This is going to be better, isn't it? I mean, imagine the chairs are all around there. Maybe I'm wrong. It feels like I've filled the room out a lot more now. There's less space. That's going in the garden. Is it not allowed in the garden? Right, well, having that over there. They definitely didn't say to do this as part of the job, did they? But that's going. You put all the, in fact, all the plants are going in the. They can all go there. What's this? Oh, it's another bedroom. That's going in. Still there. Oh, you rabbit. Bathroom rabbit, toilet rabbit. That's a nice picture for a toilet. Where's the plants? Have you got any plant? You got a plant? There's a plant. Corridor plants. Corridor plants. Go for the big... Bang my head on those corridor plants. That's a fake plant, but it can still go. It's supposed to be aloe, but it don't look like it. Corridor plant. So, right, anyway, what am I doing here? Let's have a look in their cupboards. They got anything to eat? No, let's make a beeline for the garage. Because this is my job. Clean this up. Specific instructions not to touch the tools. Because the husband will be cross, yeah? Specific instructions. Just going to rotate that and put that there. So that it's in the way. If the car wants to come in. These can go in the bin. They can go in the bin, even though how am I supposed to dispose of tyres? You've got to take them to the tip at least, haven't you? You can't just throw them on the side of the road. They need proper, you know, all these boxes and stuff you can just throw in a normal rubbish bin, but tyres, that's some proper waste disposal, that is. I'm not Tony fucking Soprano. Right, let me get my brush out. And we're going to start mopping and cleaning up. Obviously the game's just going to let me clean it, isn't it? Even though the bike's just there. Isn't it? Yeah. What about these tyre tracks? I'm going to want them gone. Easy does it. These can go as well, can't they? I mean, that looks like someone's saving those boxes. They're on their shelves. But I'm stealing them and throwing them in the bin, so... It's my job. Not that. You don't throw them in the bin. But these, I mean, they're wooden boxes. Maybe they want to keep them and reuse them. Old cardboard box. I'm saving that for the Christmas decorations. It's gone now. It's in the bin. Sorry. I was ordered. I've cleaned this box with my scrubbing brush. Wait, I'm going to have to see if I've got another point for cleaning. Cleaning, yeah. Fast cleaning, please. Thank you. There we go. Cleaning. That's nice. Get that nice and clean. Bob's going to be furious when he comes home. Not from the cleanliness. The cleanliness he'll be fine with, but wait till he sees what I'm going to do with his tools. Remove trash, 97%. I have yet to remove all the trash. Now that's going then. But they said don't touch the tools. However, this needs cleaning. So he's going to be cross with that for a start. Clean the window. I'm trying. I've got a squeegee. Jesus, right. Well, you know how this works. Windows and mirrors, because I've been a hairdresser. I'm big on these. I didn't use shit like this. I used good old elbow grease and newspaper, a little bit of vinegar. First of all, with the window cleaner that you would normally use, like bathroom window cleaner or whatever. But it seems to always, the bathroom window cleaner stuff seems to always leave sort of like smear marks that you can sort of see, and when you're in the mirror every day looking at it, so it's a little bit of vinegar, newspaper, and it's elbow grease from top to bottom, working your way down. You are not leaving a single smear. Okay, that's everything complete. However, I was told specifically not to touch the tools, wasn't I? So someone's going to be cross when he can't find his tools, isn't he? Has the handyman been in here? He's cleaned it up. Where's my axe? And they're all tools together, look. All together, those tools. Oh, I don't know where your tools are. No, I haven't seen your tools. No, mate. I don't know where your tools are. You're going to go in the bath? No. How come you've got a toilet bathroom there? And a toilet there? Like, why haven't you chosen one to have, like, as the nice one? And the other one to be... Like, why isn't one a bathroom toilet and the other one a utility room with no toilet? Like, why is the shower and the washing machine in here? Like, it feels like you should take the shower and put it... Like, the washing machine... Do you know what I mean? One should be a bathroom, one should be a washroom. Like, shower... I think it's ridiculous. Dun, 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 dun. Don't touch your tools. Go get yourself fucked. All your tools are gonna be where you didn't leave them. Oh, what you gonna do about that? There you go. You're welcome. Just open the garage door to let the air in. Let the air out. Like that. And that's another job well done. £500 for that. At £500 a job, it's going to take me a long while to get my own house. I don't know when we're going to start flipping houses. At the moment, I'm 352 frames a second, I've just noticed as well, which is an extraordinarily high rate of frames per second for house flipping. But if the computer can pump it out, I might as well ask it to. You're not watching it at 300 frames a second. I'm not broadcasting at 300 frames a second. Just the game is running at 300. And my eyes can't perceive 300 frames a second. I've still got screen tear at my end, but 450. I just went up to 450 frames a second. I've never seen anything run so fast as this game. This game is the fastest frame rate game I've ever played, and it looks fucking awful. It's actually been real fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. Exactly the vibe I wanted. Oh, use the gate. What? Stay. I want to go out there. I'm not allowed, am I? Just not allowed. Come on, house flipper. Can I clean this shit off the outside of my house? Yeah. Finally. Make progress on that, that's good. Because it looks fucking awful. If you do ever go, taking my advice on anything random, getting your hair cut, and things aren't clean as they should be, just walk straight out of there. Bacterial infections, it's no joke. I'm only a lowly hairdresser, aren't I? But I used to treat it like it was an operating theatre. You get someone in with a, bacterial infection in Potigo or something, and you're spreading that shit around if you're not clean. So. It's like a basic standard. It doesn't matter if you're the top stylist or just the junior. You keep nice and tidy. That's a good baseline, isn't it? If they're not doing that, I'm not into it. Same with cooking and food, especially so, isn't it? I wonder if I can paint the exterior. It's going to cost me money again, isn't it? Yep. Well, I don't want to paint it that colour, do I? Dog cocks. I'm going to paint it a different colour, so I'm going to continue on, and it was in this menu, and I'm going to go to the, what am I going to do? Walls. Where was it? Paint. Okay, paint. I want it to be like a Stugan sort of colour, because this is... Yeah, I'll go for a large. I'm going to paint... Well, I don't know. I'm going to run out. I don't know. We'll just buy that. This is a little shack, isn't it? But, you know, it's actually like a Stugan. Stugan being a cabin in Swedish. What the fuck? And I used to paint in these colours because it's called Farley Red, from the Farley region. And there's a copper mine, Copper Vexton. And in the copper mine, they mine copper. And as a byproduct, they get iron ore, iron oxide, rust. They make this colour out of like a byproduct of the copper mine, a deep red. Maybe this is kind of like a bright... As you step away from it though, it's looking the right colour there. It's because I've got my torch on. So it's a good cabin colour, this is. And you'll see it's the predominant colour for houses and cabins in Sweden. And even today, it's referenced in architecture and choice of colour. Farley Red. Side, mightn't I? I'll just wait till it's finished and buy a new one. Pop that down on the other side. It's going quite well, isn't it? Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like, scaffolding's alright, ball ache, you use ladders, but... I mean, scaffolding's great, but ladders up and down quick if you're doing things like this, but... I'm not going to be using that for that. I'm just going to be reaching up for that, come on. Do I have to go up on a ladder for that? Do I really? Is it that high up? Maybe it is. It is my opinion, and I might be wrong in saying this, but, you know, if you can just reach up there in some way... Obviously don't do anything dangerous, but I'm on the floor here, I'm not going to fall off it. You know, if I could just reach up there a little bit, get that done without having to get all that bollocks out, then it's a lot easier, isn't it? That's disposed now. It's coming together nicely though, isn't it? Paint this whole bastard. Might as well buy the large. I can reach there from here, but I can't reach the top of that fucking thing. Tall, too high up. Hello, Snippies. Me working with scissors and razors. Yeah, I'm good at it. I used to cut myself a lot, actually, but have I cut a client? I think every hairdresser has probably cut a client once, but I don't think I have, actually. I think once, maybe, I might have come close to an earlobe or something. Not in a bad way, just in like, you know, I felt my scissors touch it and thought, oh shit, I don't want to close them over that. But no, I'm fairly... There's a lot of pressure on in certain situations, and you pull your shit together and get the job done properly, especially when you're working with scissors and razors, yeah. This is going well, isn't it? Look. I don't know what the benefit is, but I just can't leave it in this state. I don't know if we're going to end up selling this cabin, and that's going to be our first flip. But I can't leave it in this state. At the moment, we're still just doing little odd jobs for other people. I thought the game was House Flipper. I thought you were going to be in the house, flip the house. No, at the moment it's Odd Job Simulator, but very relaxing, very chill. This is one of those that I hope can stand alone as an episode. We might play it again later in the future, because it's quite fun. But I hope it's the sort of thing that people can just watch a bedtime sort of stream. So I'm going to try not to go too loopy. Go on any mad tangents, bringing too much loud and obnoxious content going. Just nice and chill. That's the strategy. It's going well. It's going well, actually. I need a ladder to get up to those tall bits. So I'm going to need to do that now, actually, because if I don't, I won't be able to... The paint will disappear and my paint will be gone, and then that'll be that. I paid for that paint, so let's see what we can do about getting a ladder. I don't want thousands of pounds worth of scaffolding, I just want an aluminium ladder. So surely, if I'm buying a ladder, once I'm finished with that, I put it away. That doesn't go in the bin, does it? Now I'm no close to my paint. Right, paint. Up the ladder. Yes. Ain't no stopping us now. I'm up the ladder. Right, so now I need to move that. That's my ladder. I've got it. I can move it. That's one thing. But what do? I leave it outdoors forever. How do I put it away? And I can move this, so can I put this away? Because the last one, I left it at the job. I didn't know what to do with it. Listening to this I Pulled a Chi-Chi song on repeat now, aren't we? It's too high, but I'm on the ladder, though. I'm not on the ladder. Okay. Nice. And that top bit? Lovely. Lovely. Okay, so what I want to know now is how do I put my ladder away? Hold to pick up. Good. It's returned to its previous position. I don't want to return it to its previous position. I'm going to have to ask the internet. Just quickly. House Flipper. Can I store paint? If you're done with painting one colour, keep the first bucket, fill up your paintbrush and dip it into a new paint. Sell the paint before you use it. It doesn't tell me, I read it there. Weird. Can't see anything that's telling me how to do that. So store paint, no. How do I store ladder? There are times where I'd have to buy a scaffold or a large ladder to reach up high, but then I have to sell it because there's nowhere to keep it. What? That's ridiculous. Okay. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'm not going to sell that one, but you know, that's my ladder now. What they're telling me to do with this on the internet, I am shocked. I get it. You know, I feel like it's what's happening. That's what's happening. Is that I no longer have use for the paint. So I switched to the selling gun, and I just sell it like that. Like the ladder I can sell for $22. And if I want to buy a new one, it's $28. So it's like I've rented a ladder. Isn't it? It's like I've rented the ladder. If I want to... If I leave it there, it'll disappear, won't it? I'm just going to sell it. And that's what you're supposed to do. But... I feel like you should be able to store things. Anyway, you've done a nice job on the... Oh, fucking hell. Yep, fine. Okay, I will do. Yeah. $2. I don't know about painting the front door. I think it might be a different painting tool. It won't let me paint that. Bit of a shame. Oh, there's inlays here, look, I didn't realise that. Glad we got that out and sorted that. My brush is still loaded with paint, so that's okay. And this part hasn't been cleaned properly. Come on. I don't need a ladder for that, so... Get fucked. But this is all a lot better now. My own little shack, the wacky shack. The neighbours will go by and say, "Oh, he's painted that. I should cut the grass." That's not an option yet. But it makes a big difference, doesn't it? So well done. As for the interior, we haven't finished painting in here, but to be honest, after all that painting I've just done there, I feel less inclined to... Oh, it's a shithole anyway. I want to get rid of everything if I can. This bed, I don't like the bed at all. In fact, that's going now. I'd rather sleep on the floor than that dirty bed. This is going. I can't clean it. It's gone. That as well. It's all just shit. This is getting cleaned. If I can't clean it, it's going. That's the new rule. Why do I need the dirty old chainsaw? What's that for? Can I clean that bit of wall? Please? No. Jeez, I might have to paint it. I don't want a poster like that. They can go. I hate the bathroom. I've tried my best to clean it. Seems I can't, you know, it just won't clean down. Let's have a look at the jobs now then. Good afternoon. I need some alterations made to my 2-room house. My daughter's now 3 and we feel it's time she has her own room. Please divide the bedroom into 2 rooms and make sure the new rooms both have doors that connect to the corridor. Please can you also put in a new bed and remove and sell the crib. So it's just a stud wall. It's not difficult, but it is difficult. Like, it's proper carpentry, that. It's... like, there's a certain measure of wood that you want for the framing, and you build a frame. Like, literally in the room, you know, you build the frame, don't you? And then, once you've built that, then you put the... that's the stud wall. And then, you put your plasterboard up on that. plaster over it. Might even want some electrics in it. Probably not if it's me. Do you get to plant things? There is a DLC that has... this is House Flipper. There is a DLC called Garden Flipper and Luxury Flipper. And like there's a whole range of different DLCs that I'm never going to buy. Anthony Gray wants me to knock walls down, which is another way to do it, isn't it? Very low cost without any problems, Anthony Gray specifies, so that's not me. That's a clean and preparation from the baby and put things in a room, so that's a lot more straightforward. I think we're going to start... Oh, he's called Marlowe as well. That's a sign. I think we'll do this one. And then, you know, if we're playing it again, we can move up to the bigger jobs. So let's do this. We still haven't... I thought the game would be flipping our own houses, but it's not. It's doing odd jobs for other people until you've earned enough money that you can buy a house and flip it. At the moment, it's odd job simulator. Again, when I arrive at the job, I like to do the perimeter. That's fine. Let's open up the door and let the air out. Oh! Oh, what's this disgusting mess? What the fuck's going on here? Wait, am I being booked to do this? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing, or am I supposed to be doing something else? I just can't leave this like this, look. Is that mould? Go on, clean. You won't let me clean it. This is a funny, strange corridor. I don't like this. Why is all there such mess? Disgusting. Room. Clean dirt, clean the window, paint the colours, baby... Oh, that's the room I'm in. I'm supposed to be doing. What about in here? Clean dirt. Yeah, he does want me to clean it. You're damn right he wants me to clean it. Nice. What am I going to have to do? Remove the radiator or what? How has it got so dirty? What have you been doing in here, you animals? Like this room, clean dirt, 79%, so it's still not clean, yeah? So what's wrong with it? There's that. There's that. Can I make the bed? Yes, I can make bed. 89%, still not clean. It's this, isn't it? Oh no, that's gone now. What is it then? I'm walking on the bed now. 89% clean. There's still at least 10% of this not clean. I could move the bed, maybe? No, it's a bit big for me to... Oh, okay, I pulled it out. Can't see anything dirty, but... Oh, there's a bit, there's a bit. And that's where, personally, I'd leave the bed there as well, because... honestly, I don't like the bed to be right up against the wall because of spiders. I think it makes it harder for them if you leave a space. So... honestly, it makes it harder, because the spider might come in the window and then it's going to come down here and then it's off and away. If your bed's right up against, it's down on your bed, isn't it? So I like there to be a bit of space. So that's that. That's that room. I'm going to close the door on that. I don't want to ever have to go in there again. Look at this. What is this? I don't, if this was my house, I'd do it, but if someone else, I'm like, surely you should have done this before you hired the cleaner. Like, couldn't you have just sorted that out? It's obvious what's wrong with that. You don't need a professional for that. Just fucking sort it out, you dickhead. Look at it. That's got to go, that sofa. I'm not... human feces, that was. I'm not having that. It's all got to go. Can't bring a child into this house. What are you on about? Disgusting. Disgusting. Which one of you doesn't know how to flush the toilet once you've had a shit? Well, it's one of you. Disgusting. And I thought that giant mouse mat that my sister got me was oversized, but now I realise it's absolutely coming into its own as I move my mouse all over my desk trying to get this window clean. There we go. Fucking suck that, dirty window bastard. Who lets it get into this state? That's that. Another one. Oh, fucking hell. I should have brought someone with me. I should have brought an apprentice with me for this job. Should have brought an intern. Unpaid intern. Going over with the mop again just because I feel like, you know, uncomfortable about how dirty it was in the first place. Clean dirt, clean a window. Right, there's another window. I'm getting better at this now. Quicker. Okay, there's one. There's always one more bit of dirt that I can't see where it is. Is it there? Might be there. Yes. 99%, come on. Oh, there's 1% somewhere that I haven't cleaned. That's how they get you. Oh, there's still 1%. It's like Jeff with his crosses. There's still something to clean. You don't know where it is, so you've got to clean everything all over again. Ah, funny. Right, now I can't get behind there to clean, so... I mean, with this one, I'm not going to even reorganise their house for them. I'm just trying to find them. It's quite a big job, actually, isn't it? So, just trying to find the 1% that I haven't cleaned. It's starting to make me angry now. Where is it? Oh, it looks pretty fucking clean to me. Never feel like you're being cheated. Never feel like you're being messed around. 99%. I'm not going to be able to do this job because I couldn't figure that out. Maybe it's that. No, this is corridor. Again, corridor clean dirt is only at 80%. Seems to be mainly concentrated on the floor and walls there, doesn't it? And that was everything. So I'm looking for something on the floor and walls, basically, between the floor and the walls. Gotta pull out all the fucking units. I've got nowhere to put it. Can't even get in to clean it. It's not down there. No, everything's clean behind there. I've done behind there. Oh, there it is underneath the radiator. Sweet. I'll leave it all pulled out. That's fine. It needs to dry. Ugh. It's the right job. I thought this was the easy one. It's turned out to be a right nightmare, all this cleaning. And this is where, if you're making money doing this, yeah? Now this might sound ridiculous, but let's say I'm getting, I don't know, £800. I don't know what the rate is for this, but let's say I'm getting £800. I'm actually better off saying, I'll take 400 and I'll give 400 to someone else and we'll get it done half the time. We'll get 2 jobs in. Why is that better? You've got someone else helping you with the job. It's done in half the time. It feels better to do a job in half the time with someone else helping you than to labour over it and feel like it's taking you a long time. Honestly, that makes a big difference mentally. You feel like you're accomplishing things quick. The people who you're doing the job for are going to say they did that in good time. That was quick, well done. You can still fit 2 jobs and you can still make the same amount of money yourself. And who wouldn't want the people who are going to do it quick and well? Plus, now you're starting to teach someone what you're doing. So let's say you've got to go to the doctors or you need a day off and they have to do it on their own for one day. They can handle that. Let's say you've got to nip off to B&Q. They can stay here washing the place. You suddenly free yourself up to do other jobs in the business because you're not doing every job in the business. You can do every job in the business, but maybe it's better off that you've got a bit more free time to make choices. The sooner you can get... I should say this, I need to get an editor involved in our content, don't I? It feels different when you're making content on your computer at home than when you're doing a labour job or a roofing job or a hairdressing job, but teamwork is dream work. The more people you can get involved, the better your business is. It means there are other things to worry about. You shouldn't just go hell for leather and just say, right, I'm employing 10 people then. But you got to build it up step by step. But honestly, spreading that load, sharing the work, literally, I suppose. And why is it so bright? It's my torch is on. And having that versatility, and other people have got skills. Other people are good at things, better at things than I am at some things. So get them to do it. They're good at it. Give people a chance, train them up, they'll be good at it. If you want the best person, if you want someone to be good at something and you want to leave them in charge of your business, it's your big thing, it's your business, you worry about it. If you want them to be good at it, then get them in early, train them as much as possible. They're the people that you trust most because you've taught them. You've seen them in action. Yep. And I tell you what, even if I had to hand over a greater portion of this job on the paying of someone else and I have to pay for the paint and all this, I walk away with less money. And I wasn't a successful business, so you can't actually, maybe I'm wrong. But I got killed by the credit crunch and other factors as well. My own endeavour, my own naughtiness was a factor as well at some point. You're watching this now so you don't clean your kitchen. So you don't have to go and clean your kitchen. You feel like you're accomplishing something. I've turned it into Scott's top tips for the self-employed. But sharing that out, giving someone else the joy of a pay packet, and it's difficult when you're a small business as well. You might have to bring them in as another sole trader, as another self-employed person. It's all good though. Makes you stronger. The only shame is, it didn't happen to me in hairdressing, really. Not really. I think there's some dirt behind the radiator there and I can't get to it, look. And I don't think it really happened to me in, why can't I get to that dirt? Oh, okay, I've got it. Paint with the colours, pastel pink. Okay, boss. It didn't happen to me in hairdressing myself, but what can happen is you can train someone up to be really good, and then they can decide to go on their own. The only way to mitigate against that, I mean, people should, I think, you know, if they've got enough skill, want to have a crack at it. You know, some people are more, what's the word, independent than others. Some people naturally want to have a crack at running their own shop. So my ambition, which I never got to, but my ambition would be to say, okay, I know how to set up a shop. I know what's going on with this shit. I've worked really hard and done it. So if you want, you've got two choices. Don't leave and go on your own with your clients. I've helped you build up. This is what I was going to try and get to, but instead we had a credit crunch and a recession, and I was drinking heavily and not turning up to work so much myself. But the option would be, you say to somebody, look, you can go on your own and run your own business and go through all the teething issues that I've gone through and have loads of problems, or I can support you while you set up your own business, and I'll give you the keys to this shop, and you put your name, like, you know, it was Scott Jessup Hair, yeah? That was my name in my business, Scott Jessup, it's me. But this can be Shannon's Scott Jessup Hair, or, you know, Frankie's Scott Jessup Hair, or whatever your name is. Like, you know, your name can be the big name of Frankie's Scott Jessup Hair. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll help you by maintaining everything. Like, and where would I go? What will I do? Well, I can either I can go and open up another shop in a different location because I know what I'm doing, or you can do the new shop and I'll stay in this location. And as we work as a team, you'll get your colours, paint colours, your hairdressing colours for cheaper. I'll provide, you know, I'll help you with those hairdressing chairs. Remember at the start of this episode I was talking about hairdressing chairs and stuff. I can go down the salon equipment centre and fill the van up for you. You know, I can help you get set up. That would have, as a business, small business owner, you train your competition. It happens all the time. So the best thing to do is to, in my opinion, and I never had the opportunity to really get this done, but is to train not just your, like, don't make them want to leave, like, back them. You know, you can be part of their success, they can be part of it, like, all that help that you give them. I'm sure there's lots of people who'd say, you know what, that's a pretty good choice. I could go completely on my own, and okay, I might get to make all the decisions, not some of, like, I wouldn't have been averse to them doing their own flyers, or, you know, if you want to paint the walls a different colour, you can choose the colour, like, you know, what decisions do you want to make in this business that are, like, your own and that are different? Tell me, and I'll probably go along with it. The only things I'd want to do is I'd want to maintain that overall branding, Scott Jessup Hair, and that overall business in terms of, you know, who's doing the books at the end of the day, and it'd be me, wouldn't it? So in terms of, like, pricing and, you know, I wouldn't want one of our branches to charge a different price than the other, would I? So we'd have conversations about making sure all these things were in line, but essentially you'd have autonomy, and then people can say, right, I'm my own boss, I've got my own shop, but I'm getting help, or I'm my own boss, I've got my own shop, but I have to do it in competition with you. You probably want your own shop and your own boss, but with the help, wouldn't you? Hopefully, you know, if you've done a good thing training someone. I mean, it's a real shame I never got to that point. You know, if our local economy had been better, and if my local mental health had been better, I think I'd have got there. The one thing I did have holding me back, of course, was that I would never sell products. I wasn't there, like, as a shampoo salesman, and so that extra income that you get from that as a salon, it's like, you know, it's quite an important part of some people's business portfolio, and it gives them more money. So more money equals better business, doesn't it? So maybe I should have done that, and I never did. I mean, that could have been exactly the sort of thing That could have been a great example. You know, my salon manager could have said to me, I think we should be selling more products and I want this range. And I'd have said to them, okay, absolutely, I'll buy it, you sell it. And if it works, great. And if not, we've lost some money, but not your money, my money. So let's have a crack, you know. That's the way to do it. And that way, like I said, then you're not training your competition. Your competition are not trying to move off on their own, and, you know, you don't lose your stylists or your painters or whatever it is, you know, whatever your business is. You don't lose them as you train them. You keep them, and they expand your business. And that, with that expansion, like, let's say things do go down the shitter and I say, right, we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to close one of these shops. Like, we can choose the most profitable one. Like, we've got options. It's actually a strength, not a weakness, to have a wider net cast like that. Even if you have to retract on some things and go backwards. So, like, if I'd have had 2 shops during the credit crunch, you might have said, well, you're screwing now because you've got to double the bills. Yeah, but I could have chosen which bills to pay. I could have, you know, doubling down is a good thing in small business, in my opinion. I've done this then. Good job there. Clean the window still. I've still got to clean a window. I'll tell you something else about what I just said as well. Like, let's say you're doing lawns, you're a lawn mower. Oh, chuffer, little chuffer. Let's say you're mowing lawns and you're, you know, cutting grass as a side hustle or something, and you've got a lawnmower, and that's like your van, the lawnmower, that's your setup. And you work towards getting a second van and a second lawnmower and someone else that's helping you and stuff like that, yeah? Like I was just describing. And now you can either both turn up at the same job, or they can do a different job on a Saturday, or, you know, you can expand. And they think about starting their own business. You say to them, no, don't worry about that. If you want to start your own business, I understand that. You even come to them and say, look, you're at the point now where you could be starting your own business. Why don't we start it together, and I'll help you. I'll provide the lawnmower and the van, and, you know, and you can pay me off over the long term later, whatever. You know, it's no skin off my nose. Let's grow this business as a joint venture together. And it's going well. What you've actually done is you've started a process that, if it works, you can then replicate again and again. So whilst that first person is now off in their van doing the lawns, you're used to getting the jobs in, and, you know, you're on the phone. I've got your job sheets for today. Here they all are. You know, go out and enjoy yourself in the van, being a self-employed person. I'll set up. I'm going to train someone else now as well. And before you know it, you've got 2 or 3. And once you've got 2, that's it. Then that's the growth, the progress. What am I trying to explain? It's the template, isn't it? So then the sky's the limit. You can make choices yourself then. You could stay in the office and not drive any vans and not cut any grass and send more and more people out. Or you could look to become, you know, you could have a flagship store or a big store. You know, you don't want to overreach. And at this point, let's say you're running a little restaurant and it's going well, and you open up a second branch in a different city, and that's going well. Some people might say, well, let's open up a really big one in New York, but that might be a big expense and it might drain the money from the other 2 that are working so well. You know, step by step though, you're now a business owner with a portfolio of opportunities, aren't you? And it all came because you were prepared to say at the start point, I'll get someone in to help me. Like I said in this game specific, this job I'm doing right here, I do it in half the time with 1 more person. Yeah, but you get half the money. You only get half the money. Like, I'm prepared to pay the other person more money than I would take home myself. Remember I said that? But the option at the other end is, I've now got a business empire. It's not, oh, I should have saved all that extra money for me. That's a small-minded and naive way to look at it. By helping to spread that money around, I created a bigger business. And by doing that, I mean, even at the small end of the scale, like I was doing hairdressing, it was me and a pair of scissors to start with, and I had to buy a chair and I had to buy a mirror. And honestly, I had to buy a hairdressing chair and a mirror to get started. And I was working in a place where the boss left. Long story short, they walked out. I'm not paying the rent here anymore. I'm gone. I'm taking all my chairs and my mirrors and I'm gone. And I was like, do you know what? I think I can stay here. I rang up the landlord and said, I'll pay the rent. And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, the other fella's left. And she said, has he? And I said, right, well, you see, I'm glad I'm the first person that called you, because you don't even have to worry. I'll pay the rent. So you're still going to get your rent, but give me a month. Let me get set up, you know. And she was like, you're going to have to pay the first month in advance. And I was like, fuck, okay. And I think I borrowed it off my parents. I did like £1,000 or whatever it was, that I needed, like, that I didn't have in my hands. And from there, we went to, I had 2 people cutting hair downstairs, 1 doing upstairs. Maybe at the busiest, I could say we had 3 people doing hair that I wasn't doing anything. They were doing it. Or me as well, you know, 4 people. We had 2 Saturday girls, an apprentice, what I would call, over the time I was there, I had 2 really good managers, stylists, capable of anything managers, you know, 2 really good ones, and a floating cast of in and out, you know, somebody worked here for 6 months, somebody worked for 9 months, somebody didn't like it for 2 weeks and they were gone. But, you know, I bubbled around about 2 or 3 people working there. Just went a bit dry in the throat there where I said that at the end. But the critical thing was I had a business that was alive, that could grow. It wasn't just me cutting hair every day. If I didn't go in, and I wanted it to be this, I pushed it at this stage at the end of it and it actually killed it, but if I didn't go in and turn up, the business still ran. It didn't require me to be there, and that's important, like I said, because if I wanted to open up a second shop, or if I wanted them to have their own shop, I would need to be able to segment myself and pull myself away and the business still run. The systems, the routines, you know, all that should have been in place. So that's really like my top tip there. If you're a small business, it's a ridiculous, who gives a shit? I'm just talking shit, but it is a good tip, and it's general as well for other things. You know, if you're into music and, you know, you're thinking, should we get an extra guitarist in our band? Is that a worry? Yeah, you're gonna have to split the money, but you could make fantastically better music, and then you might get this super record deal and the sky's the limit. I think more people might seem like at the start that you're having to share more, and people are greedy and they say, I don't want to share, I don't want to give them the money. But actually by doing that, you open up a whole wealth of possibilities and you can make more of it. So, little top tip. Right, what am I doing here now? It's quite dark, I'm going to switch on the light. Taking ages over this job because I'm doing all this talking. I need to buy a baby crib, okay? I can choose the colour and all that, but okay, we'll go with pastel rose because we've just done the room in pink. Buy that, pop that in. They also wanted a bookcase, a cabinet and a poof, is that right? Bookcase, cabinet, poof, yeah, okay. I'll pick them up. White is fine. Don't know where to put it really. I'm just going to pop it in there. They can move it around when they... I'm not too fussed about the interior design at this stage now. This will go for the pinkish one, I guess. Over by the radiator so it's nice and warm. And complete the job with poof. 2 of those. They don't do a nice cut with lily. I'll have it in lily then. One there. One there. That's in the way of the... Don't want it in the way you're tripping over with the baby, do you? I don't like 2 poofs. I think that's too overkill in the way, tripping over with the baby. I need to get rid of that. So that's done. Complete the job. Complete the job in this room. Clean dirt, 98%. This room is not finished. Unbelievable. How have I still got dirt in this room? And clean the window. What? I thought I'd done this room. It's grotty, isn't it, this window still? Salon suites are popular hang on, let me just do that. Salon suites are popular where I live. They just pay to rent for a room, their own mini salon, run it and decorate it how they want. That's an option. Yeah, rent a chair, we call that in the UK. Move my windows around how I didn't want them, thanks. We call that rent a chair, and there's a few salons that do it quite successfully. I think it depends on your layout of your salon, and I've seen some quite successful salons do it. For me, it wasn't really up my street, because I did want to retain a sort of, like you say, they can decorate it however they want. So if you've got the rooms and the spaces like that, fine. But my salon had its own branding and design. You know, we were a boutique salon in the heart of Stratford upon Avon, so we had a sort of shabby chic, nothing major. Like, it's not like but I wouldn't have wanted someone to come in and say, right, we're going to go really modern and super neon. That doesn't really fit with my aesthetic, thanks. And there's some ladies that are coming in from the bowling club who would think, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't an old lady salon or anything, I wasn't, but I was, you know, I had a bit of class. So it wouldn't have worked for me. But yeah, I totally see that as a concept. And again, what you're losing there in a way, though, is that's their own little room. So when they lock up and close up, they're gone. Like, what if you want them to do like, I felt that sharing the business, sharing the clients, sharing all that meant that you're stronger as a unit, because when someone isn't in, I can help by covering for them. Whereas if they've got their own little room and they lock it up, when they're not in, they're not in. And then you've got competition for business for clients, like when the phone rings, who's getting the client? Well, the way it worked at my salon was I'm getting the client because it's my business, Scott Jessup Hair, and I will allocate the clients to the people that rent the chairs. And like, they never had a complaint because I was helping them get those clients. Like, I was putting the clients in their chairs. I was printing the flyers for them with their names on it, with the offers, and you know, I was soaking up some of the costs involved and the colour bill, and like, they had everything they needed to be a success. But when that, like, if I knew better, and I wanted to maintain this element of control, you know, if I wanted to say, I think, you know, Sarah should do her, or I think Tim should do him or her, or, you know, whatever, then I think I should be allowed to sort of, as the boss of the shop with my name on it, the fact that the customers are going to come back to me and say, oh, there's a problem, rah, rah, rah. And I say to them, well, they're self-employed, it's slightly separate, deal with them. I wouldn't do that. I'll take it on, I'll deal with it. So, you know, you've got a slightly different system in my salon, but yeah, I can see how that other aspect would work. Different suites, and yeah, different suites. We did try and put a nail technician upstairs at one point and give her full autonomy, but I came in the salon once and she was smoking a cigarette, and I was like, I could smell it. I went upstairs and she was smoking a cigarette in the nail bar, and I was like, you can't do this, you know. But you've got the key, it's your little thing. People start to feel it's more their little space, but bear in mind, I've worked really hard to put my name above the door to give you that space. So I think, being as the way I am, I didn't like that total autonomy, and I felt that total autonomy as well. Let's say they do really well and they build up, eventually they're going to leave and get their own salon and have rooms that they rent out to other people. So I'd rather they just maintain they were part of my business, we were in it together, so when they get big they can have their own salon, which we help them buy together. You know, see what I'm saying? I think there's a bit more power in what I was saying as the boss, as the business owner. But the other way of doing it is you're just renting suites, so you don't have to worry about any of the shit they're doing. You get a bit more, you probably get less of some things and more of others. It's probably a bit easier at the bottom line is just to say, am I getting my rent, yes or no, thank you very much. You know, I could have been more of a, I'm much more involved on a day-to-day level with the workings of business and, you know, design and stuff like that. I could have stepped away and just said, look, I've got 6 chairs to rent. Once I'd secured the rent on the shop, I could have stepped away and said, look, here's 6 chairs to rent, fill them up, pay me £100 a week. I'm walking away with the profit at the end. I wanted to be involved in the inner workings of everything, you know, printing the flyers and putting up the posters and what have you. Yeah. But yeah, totally, it could work both ways, yeah. Where is the last bit of dirt in this stinking room? I wonder if I've got any more perks that I can spend. Cleaning. See some dirt on the mini-map I've selected. Painting. I'll go for the painter, fast painting. And I'll go for the higher payment on the jobs, thank you. That's always going to be the case, isn't it? But until I can figure out where it might be behind these things. It's usually, when I'm missing it, it's usually on the gap between the wall and the... I'm going to start moving the objects. There's usually someone like a gap between there and there, isn't there? Is that it on the door there? Yes. Okay, bedroom done. Close it. I'm not going to bother moving all the furniture around and rearranging it on this one now. That's done, that room. Clean dirt, 67%. What? Oh. Hello. That's grotesque. Come on. For some reason I'm not able to clean that last bit off. So that's good. I say good, I mean, it's not good, is it? It's fucking rubbish. And where's the rest of it? 85% dirt cleared. Oh, Christ. I can't move this object. Oh, I got that. Got it. Okay. Completely, everything done. All tasks completed. What I would like to do for my own enjoyment is to rearrange all their furniture. But we're not going to do that now in this house. We did it in the other house. But we're not going to do it in this house. Just going to leave the back door open to let the air out. And completion. 7 grand for that. Fucking hell. I'm in the wrong job. Nobody shares your hair or take... Yeah, nobody shares your chair or takes your products. Yes. I think, like I said, what I lost in having to share, I gained in being able to share. So I think it was much better. Not that I was sharing off them and taking their products or anything, but... and I worried sometimes, you know, I had a key, someone else had a key. All my expensive kit's in there. It's business kit. It's not personal to me, but like my scissors, for example, are like a couple of £100. You know, if someone's using my scissors, I don't like that. But then I'm the boss. They're not going to be messing with my shit. Like, people have a bit of respect because it's their job. Once you know someone, you know, quite well, and you're gonna trust them with the key to the business, with the customers. You're gonna trust them to cut the hair. You know, I just got to be able to say, look, there's the keys. I trust you. And I think they had enough respect not to fuck with my stuff properly. There was an iPad in the salon as well, which I did have connected to like a bike lock thing. You know, it was connected to a piece of wire that was connected to the desk. Like, you couldn't just walk off with the iPad. But we had that as a computer system for the bookings. So, you know, there are a few little expensive items, but I'd rather have somebody sharing my stuff and be able to say, oh, I'm going to be late today, could you deal with Linda? You know, or because bear in mind, when they're cutting hair and doing the job, I'm making money. Like, I might not have been charging them for the rental, but I was taking a percentage of the work. So there'd be an extra incentive for me to fill their book with clients, because every haircut they did, I got the money. Like, not all the money, not as much money as if I was doing the haircut. So I'm not getting as much money because I'm giving my customers to them. Oh, that's a mistake. But actually, it's a great boon, because I don't have to do the customers. Like, I get 3 people like that, and all of a sudden there's 3 of me now. Like, I can open a second shop. That's the critical aspect of it. And if I'd spent my time being selfish and saying, like, oh, I don't want anyone to touch my scissors or my chair or my products, then I'd have still been sat on my own, struggling to pay the rent every night. I would need to turn up every day, wouldn't I? And cut hair every day. Sick, doesn't matter, need to turn up. Someone's funeral, doesn't matter, need to turn up. You want to go on holiday? No thanks, need to turn up. So I think there's a lot more power in being able to say, I can turn up and I can do a damn fine job, but breeding the new generation and giving them the freedom and the you know, like I said, if I could have helped someone set up their own salon under our branch, that would have been my dream. And seeing them do it and being able to stand away from it and seeing them running it, and knowing that we'd got there together. There's three people specifically I'm thinking of. There's Shannon, there's Frankie. They were two younger than me stylists, but I knew they had quality in their craft. Like, I knew they could do the job well, and I also knew they were decent, honest, and like, you know, well brought up, decent people. You know, good people who I like as people. I respect. So both of those, I gave them the full. You know, I gave them their keys, printed up their names, called them master stylist. All salons have their own grading system, don't they? I'm the boss, you're a master stylist, you're a junior stylist. They're a fucking stylist as far as I'm concerned. We're all the stylists. But, you know, I gave them their cards and they, you know, whatever. I gave them the backing, and they did quite well. I think it was the difficulty I found in that industry was younger girls. It's not a sexist thing, but, you know, mainly you've got more female people coming to you for jobs because it's a hairdresser's, right? And what they tend to do is, or for me, is they build up and get somewhere, and then something happens in their life maybe, or they're not making quite enough money, or like, because it was difficult, there were lean times, and for me, I would have pushed on hard. I'd have gone out and put out 100 flyers. Like, I'd have done a bit more. I felt sometimes that I was giving people the keys to the salon, and they were there thinking, right, well, great, I'll wait for the clients to turn up. And I told them I was going to get them clients, but I would assume they was also going to do some pushing themselves, but maybe that's a bit unfair. The other one was Lucy, who was our apprentice. And Lucy, I didn't train her exclusively. I told her to go to the college and get proper training, because I thought that was the best training. That's where I got mine. But in the salon, I'd tell her everything I could. She'd come in at the weekends, and I think one day in the week, and I would give her clients to do, you know, paint this colour, like simple haircut, like straight, you know, I could teach Lucy to do it, and we could get her going on that. I would do a training evening every Thursday that was out of my own time, you know, to train her to do something. I think we did that, I can't remember exactly now, like, but I'm assuming I did training evenings with her just to teach her the stuff so that she could do it for me in the salon. And having someone to paint a colour on for you while you're doing a cut is massive. It's not just washing hair. So she was becoming a skilled colour technician, and yeah, those three people, I was like, if I could have got, like, Frankie and Shannon, like, didn't work at the same time. Maybe they would fill the same role at different times, but if I could have got them all running, you know, in synchronicity, I would have been able to step away from a business that would be not just working well, but providing really good quality. You know, I'd be proud to say I was a part in their success. And you know, maybe one of them would have Shannon's Scott Jessup hair, maybe they would have Frankie's Scott Jessup hair, and by the time we could have got her through the ranks, you know, Lucy's Scott Jessup hair. And at that point I would literally walk away from it and say, well done everyone. At that point I would have been trying to win awards in terms of you produce styling images, pictures of your collections, you know, that sort of stuff, taking it to a next level. I was also giving these young people opportunities in that field. We were doing creative work. I was bringing in a photographer once or twice every few months to produce a creative work with them, so that they could get used to the idea that, you know, hairdressers create collections, and you know, sky's the limit with that. So it didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. After a lot of hard work, I felt I was mentally and, you know, physically ground down by during the credit crunch as well, and having this transient workforce that wasn't always as hard committed. Like out of all the people, I'm able to name some really good ones. We've had a few that were just, like, let's be fair, dossers. And like, I saw one girl like do a haircut, and I had to say, like, don't do the scissors anymore, you know. But I give people a chance, like, you know. But we had a few dossers. But if you, like me, had a bit of ingenuity and, you know, drive and passion for it, it was an opportunity for a lot of people as well. And then our country, like I said, the credit crunch. It was a particularly difficult recession. Being a small business in those terms is very difficult. You know, you're the ones that go up the wall earliest. And at the same time, I was suffering with my mental health and not turning up as much and drinking more. And, you know, if you want to point the finger at anyone, point it at me for not being the leader and the, like, when things were getting particularly tough at some points, I'd just, like, also be feeling it and just be saying, look, you're there, you open up. You do my clients today, I'm not coming in. And that's awful. I shouldn't have done that. I should have taken it by the scruff of the neck and driven it forwards, or held it above water myself. But when I saw the book start to, with my own endeavour, my own haircuts, their haircuts, add it all up, we're paying the rent, we're paying the colour bill, we're paying the electricity, we're paying for the flyers, I'm paying for all this stuff. And what am I getting? Like less than a minimum wage? So that's all right while you're growing and you're building, but if this is where it's at now, and we've got another year of that, 2 years of that while the recession sorts itself out, I just thought, fuck it. It's the wrong place to be at the wrong time now. It was the right place at the right time at one point, wrong place at the wrong time another. So I had to bite the bullet and just say, look, my kind of business does not succeed this year. If I drive it on hard this year, I have a really hard year and then we fail. So I'll step out while I'm ahead. And I took the things I had, sold them, got where we are today. Those hairdressing chairs that I was... It's like a house flipper. All those hairdressing chairs I was showing us earlier from the Salon Equipment Centre, I've sold all mine. A couple of £100. It's not loads, but, you put a few £100, nearly £1,000 in your back burner, you can do something with it. You can buy a camera. You can go to Sweden if you've got £2,000 for the tickets. You can make a film. So that's what I did, is I took everything I had. I'd seen the other person, remember this as well, I got that opportunity because that other person walked away from that salon. I'd seen someone else do it. You take everything you've got, you put it in a big pile, you sell it on eBay. You get it all gone. You turn that big pile of money that you've got into the next thing. And it might be that you turn it into a pot of paint and a paint roller, but you've got to turn it into something. You can't just take that money and say, great, I'm going to spend that and enjoy that. At the same time, I never got into any debt. I never incurred... I didn't walk away from the business with a shackle around my neck or a debt that I had to pay off. I was above water. It just wasn't going to turn enough money and wasn't going to push forward the way I needed it to. So I made a proper choice. A proper choice, yeah. A bit sad, but it's the way it went. And I would completely confess as well that I felt a breaking point when I made that choice. So I was upset. That's what prompted me to make the choice. I had a breakdown in a relationship as well. So it was like new year, new start. It literally was new year. And I said, I'm not going to do this for another year. I'm single. My life plans are now completely, I had these ideas about the relationship I was in. They've gone. I can draw a line under this. I can move for something different. So I did. And it is what it is. I'm not saying, it's the best thing in the world that I ever chose to do. It is what I had to choose to do. I had to make the responsible choice. For me. And a lot of that business, like I said, had been for other people in a way. The clients, the other people that work there. A lot of it had been for other people. I was really happy, in myself as well. I had my own little shop in town and, there's a lot of things there for me. But, I did things for other people as a premise. That's what you do. You're a hairdresser, you're a stylist, you're a part of this. It's not about style. It's about you're a part of the community. So you do things for other people. I mean, you cut their damn hair. You wash it, you dry it. Every 6 to 8 weeks. Bring the kids in. We'll do you a family discount. Yeah. So I had to walk away from quite a lot, actually. But for once, I did feel I was making the right decision for me more than anyone else. It was a bit selfish, in a way. But, things have to happen. So, yeah, talking about sharing and stuff, it's ironic that the first time I decided to, do something just for me, just for because before, no one can ever step... I mean, it's funny, you don't maintain good relationships with people who used to work at your shop, do you? But, I saw Shannon the other day in the street and it was like an awkward, hiya, when we walked past it. Because I didn't say to her, I'm going to definitely close the salon and you should think about getting another job in a few weeks. It was like overnight, that was it, done. So I'm sure she felt a bit aggrieved. But no one would ever say, he was a bastard to me. No one would ever say that. No one would ever say... Or one person might, because I had to say, look, you're not going to stay here and work. I need you to leave. But in general, I let them use my colour. I gave them the keys. I let them have the run of the place and was generous with my time and resources. So I hope that was always something they can take with them and I'm certainly pleased that I made that. So we're talking about sharing the products, you know. In general, I was very sharing, but at the end, I had to make the decision for me. Yeah, just a bit of chat here at the end of today's episode. It's not supposed to be about that really, but interestingly, it's made me think of that playing House Flipper. It is one of the great joys in life, being your own boss and having your own enterprise and endeavour. It is. Being able to get up in the morning and say, yeah, let's attack this, let's go. Attack, 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 let's do it. And not because just a financial reward at the end, but because, you know, you're making something. Painting it up, changing it, brightening it. I want to fix that door. I might come back in a little bit and play Genshin Impact as a separate stream. I don't know if I've got it in me to do a full story mode tonight, but this is where I'm going to knock this one on the head. I need to see if we can save the game. I need to know if you have to. I don't think you have to. Look, continue or exit. So I think if I exit, it will just save it. Save and exit. That's it then, isn't it? It just went. It's gone. Fucking House Flipper don't fuck about. It's gone. Save and exit, and it exited it. It popped off. It disappeared. But I'm going to do basically the same now. 3 and a bit hours is all good in the hood. That's a nice chill stream. I might come back and play the Genshin Impact story mode a little bit later tonight. I might not. You never know, depending on how I feel. But we're going to start to move into this phase where we start to play other games on stream, and Genshin will occupy a beloved place once a week at least. But this has been a good Sunday stream for me. I like the concept and the vibe, so I hope you like it too. Leave me your comments if you've got any other ideas about games you want me to play or things you want me to do. We might even start resurrecting Patreon next and providing that space for people to, you know, provide reacts, games, you know, like as a more direct, the way Dark Side Phil does it basically. But anyway, you be good, my little puckosh, you be good, and remember, if you can't be good, you're naughty. But you're not naughty, you're good, so